Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. Okay, I believe we are live, and as a result of that, we can start. So, to start off with, I wanted to lay a bit of groundwork about what is going on with ICE in Minnesota. So, yesterday, Tim Walz came out in Minnesota and he gave an update on the ICE situation. So we know that the little Nazi Greg Bovino, who's also a sexual deviant, according to rumors from his old high school, he has been demoted and sent back to, I think, California or something. He's no longer in charge of ICE operations in Minnesota, and now we have Mr. Potato Head Tom Homan in Minnesota heading the ICE operations. And according to a lot of lawmakers in the state of Minnesota, Tom Homan has actually been willing to speak to officials in Minnesota, and that's something that Greg Bovino was not willing to do. So as bad as Tom Homan is, justifying racial profiling, justifying this completely illegal crackdown, which ICE is doing simply for terrorism and for enforcing white supremacy in the country of the United States of America, at least he's willing to talk to people, which is good. It's a minor step, but it is a step in the right direction. So let's see what Timothy Walz has to say. Oh, the video's muted. Thank you for letting me know. Oh yeah, I did not set up this system correctly. So one thing about this is we know what the federal government is trying to do. The federal government is trying to essentially do a few things. They want to do white supremacy by terrorizing brown people. They also want to do terrorism, because not only does that enforce their goal of white supremacy from the actual ideological Nazis like Stephen Miller, but it also enforces their goal of punishing Democrats for resisting Donald Trump in previous elections, specifically Tim Walz and all of these other Democratic governors that have been vocal in standing up against Donald Trump. Donald Trump not only wants to, appeal to the Nazis by making America a bad place for brown people, but he also wants to squash out any type of democratic resistance that he might face. So that's like the main thing, and they've set some conditions for them leaving, because as much as he wants this operation to go through, Donald Trump can't keep ICE in the state of Minnesota forever. Not only does he have other spots that he wants to terrorize, other blue cities and other minority groups in different areas of the country, but this is also tanking his poll numbers. And Donald Trump loves to say that he's high in the polls. He'll just lie about it, but he does know when things are unpopular with the American people, and this is extremely unpopular. So it's basically kind of a game of chicken. He is doing terrorism in the state of Minnesota to try to ruin the economy of Minnesota, to try to ruin the politicians' image of Democrats. like the Democrats' image of Minnesota. It also has the benefit of reducing the amount of people that are politically active, reducing the amount of people that are going to go out and vote. If you can terrorize minority populations and make it so that they're too afraid to even take their trash out to the curb without being picked up by ICE, you are going to make it so that a lot of these people don't vote. And that's only going to help Republicans. So he's trying to punish Democrats. He's trying to make Democrats lose. He's also trying to enforce white supremacy. Another thing that the Republicans are trying to get out of this crackdown is they're trying to get voter information. They're trying to get more information from these blue states, whether that be prison records, so that they can go in and essentially like override local laws. There have been drug dealers and criminals that are in jail in Minnesota that have been released from jail because federal immigration agents come in and they say, well, this person's in jail, they're serving time for a crime they committed and were convicted on, but we're going to release them and just deport them back to their home country. So they're overriding local laws. And they also want information about like Medicare payments and voter registration. And so all of these things are just going to give the Republicans more and more ammunition to use to destabilize these programs that are operating on the state level. Donald Trump has made it abundantly clear that he wants to federalize elections. He just took over election records in Georgia, I believe it was, where the FBI raided a local election office and took a bunch of records from their voter registration. What they're trying to do is just get as much information as possible so that they can build the case that all of these elections in blue states are fraudulent, and thus the Republican Party needs to come in and correct these fraudulent election cases. Which is basically just another way of him like cementing his power, rigging elections in his favor. That's what the point of all of this is.
Asking for, especially since the shooting deaths of Renee Good and Alex Preddy, right? There were as many as 3,000 federal agents in the Twin Cities. 700 left last week. And at a news conference earlier today with restaurant owners, Governor Walz says he's been meeting regularly with Border Czar Tom Homan and expects the White House to make an announcement very soon.
I spoke with Tom Homan yesterday. I spoke with Susie Wiles, the President's Chief of Staff, this morning. We're very much in a trust but verify mode, but it's my expectation, and we will hear more from them, I think, in the next day or so, that we are talking days, not weeks and months of this occupation.
Well, Governor Walz says he hopes Tom Homan makes that announcement before Friday that the surge is in fact winding down. The governor toured the market at Malcolm Yards in southeast Minneapolis today to see for himself the impacts that the ICE surge is having on small businesses, particularly restaurants. And Malcolm Yards owner Patty Walz says many restaurants have
Malcolm Yards is pretty overrated, though.
Seen their sales drop 50 to 80%, and she warns that many are about to go out of business.
A prolonged loss of this scale is not sustainable. Many operators are already struggling to meet rent and payroll obligations, and some are only a few payroll cycles away from layoffs or permanent closure.
In fact, one restaurant owner says restaurants are running out of cash and fast, and he pleaded with the governor for some temporary help in postponing their upcoming sales tax payments.
I would ask Governor if you have if you can help with at least the sales tax relief. Postpone it, right? We don't have, it's in 10 days. A lot of restaurants, I don't think, are able to pay the sales tax. And if they have to pay the sales tax, they might not be able to pay the rent or utilities.
And the governor says he's going to look into every idea right now to help. But again, the huge...
So yeah, what we're seeing right now is the effectiveness of Trump's terrorism operations in the state. Economic devastation, that's what it is. If you are resisting this administration, you are going to be economically decimated by this administration. And if they're not going to be able to do it through legal methods, they're just going to send in their goons and essentially like beat up anyone that's feels like they're safe to go out to eat. That's the point. So these restaurants aren't able to operate. They aren't able. Their employees are afraid of coming in to work. Their customers are afraid of coming in. This is the point of this crackdown from Donald Trump. The question is, why are ICE agents leaving? So what does Walz have to say? We're very much in a trust but verify mode, but it's my expectations that we're talking days, not weeks and not months. The Trump administration recently announced it's pulling out 700 of the 3,000 agents. Administration officials have said further reductions would come if state and local officials provide more assistance in transferring undocumented immigrants with criminal records from jail custody to federal authorities. We'll see what type of concessions Tim Walz has to make on this, but I think it's absolutely unacceptable Trump concentration camps. Like, we have a justice system in the state, in this country, and we have, like, why isn't news of Trump, like, we have this administration just building disgusting concentration camps to the point where there's like measles outbreaks happening because people aren't being treated medically. They're not getting their medicine that they're required to have. They're being kept in these tiny little pens, forced to sleep with people from all across the country, and in like 5 people in a tiny little room. And they're saying that, no, we have to take you out of these local jails and prisons and put you into these concentration camps that we're building. Like, it's just fucking disgusting. That's what it is. Why isn't news of Trump building vast concentration camps being treated as a national emergency? As people testified before Congress this week about the brutality and violence they'd suffered at the hands of ICE, the massive paramilitary organization that was shopping for giant warehouse-style facilities they can retrofit into what they euphemistically called detention centers. Cable news people call them prison camps or Trump prison camps, but look in any dictionary, prisoners are not where people convicted of crimes are. Prisoners are where people convicted of crimes are held, as Merriam-Webster knows. Okay, whatever. Yeah, like, these people are not convicted of any kind of crimes. It is, like, definitively just a concentration camp. So yeah, what in 2026? Americans are organizing. Detainees who have ACLU describes pervasive patterns of abuse in ICE detention, hazardous living conditions, chronic medical neglect, sexual assault, retaliation for grievances, and extensive uses of solitary confinement. Detainees who have committed no crime other than being in the United States without documentation, or sometimes even with the correct documentation, actually a lot of times with the correct documentation, but they're just being picked up because it's a force of white supremacy. They report being shackled for long periods, packed into freezing, overcrowded cells under constant fluorescent light, and denied hygiene and timely care. Meanwhile, GOP-aligned private prison companies are making billions off the program. Also, members of Congress have been turned away from investigating these sites. There's been reports of just, like, people being tortured simply because it just amuses the ICE agents that are carrying out these operations. It's just, like, I don't know. I guess they're not putting people in gas chambers yet, but we'll see. Like, it's pretty fucking awful. It really is. There's absolutely no oversight. The media is being horribly neglectful on this issue. Trump's NBC News, $45 billion expansion of immigration detention sites faces pushback from communities. Oh, well, good thing we have these communities that are pushing back against this, and that's the story. The story is that the communities are pushing back against the concentration camps, not that the administration is building the concentration camps in the first place. With tensions high over federal immigration enforcement, some state and local officials are pushing back against attempts by President Donald Trump's administration to house thousands of detained immigrants in their communities in converted warehouses. That's nice. To house thousands of detained immigrants in converted warehouses. Such a nice housing initiative by the Trump administration. Federal officials have been scouting cities and counties across the U.S. for places to hold immigrants as they roll out a massive $45 billion expansion of detention facilities. The fatal shooting of Renee Good and Alex Peretti during immigration enforcement actions in Minnesota have amplified an already intense spotlight. Okay, a proposed ICE facility just north of Richmond, Virginia, drew hundreds of people last week to a tense public hearing of the Hanover County Board of Supervisors. You want what's happening in Minnesota to go down in our own backyard? Build a detention center here, and that's exactly what will happen. Like, I love how the story here is that people are mad because detention centers are being built in their city. Like, they're reporting on it like it's a NIMBY story, right? Like a not in my backyard story. Oh, people don't like it when their local warehouses are being converted into concentration camps, rather than the story of the fucking concentration camps. We're spending $45 billion on concentration camps in this country, and the only way it can be reported on by fucking NBC is as a NIMBY story. The number of ICE detention sites has doubled. More than 70,000 immigrants were being detained by ICE as of late December, up from 40,000 when Trump took office. In a little over a year, the number of detention facilities used by ICE nearly doubled to 212 sites spread across 47 states and territories. Most of that growth came through existing contracts with the U.S. Marshal Service or deals to use empty beds at county jails. Trump's administration now is taking steps to open more large-scale facilities. In January, ICE paid $102 million for a warehouse in Washington, $84 million for one in Berks County, Pennsylvania, and more than $70 million for one in Surprise, Arizona. It also solicited public comment on a proposed warehouse purchased in a floodplain in Chester, New York. Federal immigration officials will have toured large warehouses elsewhere without releasing many details about the efforts. Most transparent administration in the history of the world, by the way. There will be very well structured detention facilities in our regular detention meeting our regular detention standards, ICE said in a statement, adding, "It should not come as news that ICE will be making arrests in states across the U.S. and is actively working to expand detention space." Detention site foes face legal limitations. State and local governments, okay, do we have anything about the actual conditions of these detention sites? Kansas City tries to block a new ICE detention site. And why did they do that? They imposed a 5-year moratorium on non-city run detention facilities. Okay, so it's literally just illegal because it's not a city-run detention facility. New Mexico targets existing ICE facilities. They passed legislation banning state and local government contracts for ICE detention facilities. Okay. What is this? Our state can't be complicit in the violations that ICE has been doing in places like Minneapolis. To me, that was beyond the tipping point. Just, like, literally no mention at all about the conditions that these ICE facilities are in. Like, the fucking children facilities that we have, where Greg Bovino's like, we've become very good at taking care of children. ICE detention. Fuck, I can't type. Center. Go to an image. Let's just go to Google Images. Oh yeah. People just don't want this because it's like I don't know, in their backyard, because it just violates local city ordinances that says that you can't have non-city run detention facilities. Not because it's housing fucking children. Look, there's literally a pregnant woman in this image from the ACLU. What is this? The migrant mental health crisis spirals in ICE detention facilities. Look at this shit. Dude, it's fucking ridiculous how complicit our media is in the literal building of concentration camps. Inquirer.com. The Philadelphia Inquirer. People are dying in Trump's squalid concentration camps. Deaths are occurring in ICE detention facilities at nearly 10 times the rate of the Biden years. It will likely get worse. How many deaths did we have? A Cuban refugee identified as Isaac, a pseudonym, told investigators from a coalition of human rights groups that guards had violently assaulted him as part of a campaign to convince him and other detainees to be dumped in Mexico rather than contest their deportation. Yeah, I mean, it's literally just torture so that they can, like, they're breaking the law so they can break the law more. Oh, we can't legally deport you there? Well, we'll just, like, torture you until you say that we can deport you voluntarily. The guards hit my head and slammed it against the wall approximately 10 times before grabbing and crushing his testicles, then handcuffing him and putting him on a bus with 20 other detainees that was driven to the border. They were told, according to Isaac, if we don't want to go to Mexico, then we'd either be sent to jail, to a jail cell in El Salvador, or Africa. Isaac's complaints echoed other nightmarish tales that attorneys for the ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union, and a web of immigrants' rights groups gleaned in 45 interviews with detainees that were cited in a December letter pleading with ICE to shut down what has become the largest internment camp in the United States. How many deaths have happened in ICE detention? Some deaths would be inevitable, but the current ongoing spike in fatalities just shocked and alarmed experts. The 6th ICE detainee death of 2026, already 6 people died this year, took place on Sunday, which is a rate of 1 every 3 days. Jesus Christ, that extrapolates to more than 120 deaths over a year, which would be more than 10 times the rate in the last year of the Biden administration, when only 11 detainees perished. So yeah, like we need to... 2024 report for Physicians and Human Rights that looked at 52 deaths in ICE custody from 2017 to 2021, or during Trump's first term, found that 95% were preventable. And this is before they even Trump took over in his second term and raised the amount of deaths by 10%. Or like, not 10%, 10 times, 1,000%. So what we're seeing here is absolute complicity from the media. It's a sterilization of the reality of what's going on to a mind-boggling degree. Reporting that it's like, oh, well, some people just don't want to be complicit in what's happening in Minneapolis. It's like 2 people have died in Minneapolis. How many people have died in ICE detention facilities last year? ICE detention deaths. The Guardian. Oh, detainee death reporting. Oh, wait. We actually have to look at what ICE says themselves, too. 32 people who died in custody, compared to 52 people that died in, like, the last 8 years. And then in 2025, 32 people died. 32 people died in immigration and customs enforcement custody in 2025, making it the agency's deadliest year in more than 2 decades. And how many people have died so far this year? Deaths at adult detention centers. The list of detainee deaths in context. Deaths in the ICE detention, a tale of 2 reports in 2020. How many do we actually have? $2025. What the fuck? Okay, well, this is like individual deaths. I just want the total numbers. List of deaths. 2025. 31 deaths, according to The Guardian. It was 32. This article says it does not include Jamie Alanis Garcia, who died trying to flee agents at a farm raid in Camarillo on July 10th. Nor does it include Jose Castro Rivera, who died on a highway in Norfolk, Virginia, as he fled ICE officers. A bunch of people that it does not include. We look at 2026. How many people have died in 2026 so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people dead in 2026 and 31 dead in 2025. So a lot of fucking people dying at these ICE detention facilities, and no mention of that at all in these NBC articles. Let's just look this up. Death. Death does not show up. Die. Let's just look up died. Demonstrate. Oh, it's in the fucking. It's in the caption for this image. Demonstrators hold a vigil to Renee Nicole Good and John Wilson Brutus outside Delaney Hall Immigration Detention Center. On January 18th, Brutus, a Haitian migrant, died in the detention at Delaney Hall. Any other mentions of people dying? Nope. Just the fucking image that they took. So the one thing that they couldn't obscure, which is the reality of the situation of these demonstrators outside of the detention facility, that's where the unfortunate truth that people are fucking dying in these facilities is coming up. And maybe that's why people don't want these warehouse facilities in their cities. Not that it's like, oh, it violates some kind of code that our city council put into place 5 years ago. Give me a fucking break, man. Okay. Holy shit. Absolute disgustingness. I don't even know how we got on that subject, but yeah, there's a lot of fucking concentration camps being built right now, and this shit's only gonna get worse. Oh, okay. All right. I need. Okay. Let's just go over Israel and Palestine. Good news, people. Gaza's still getting bombed. Isn't that great? I thought the war was over, right? Oh my god, dude. More Palestinians. 4 Palestinians killed in Israeli air attack on Gaza, a residential building 2 days ago. At least 4 Palestinians have been killed and several others wounded after Israeli forces bombed a residential building sheltering displaced people in Gaza City in a further violation of an October ceasefire. The Israeli air attack took place on Gaza City's Nasser neighborhood and brought the number of people killed on Monday to at least 7. 7 people fucking killed on Monday. This Monday. Not like 3 months ago. Not 5 months ago when the ceasefire took place. But this Monday, that's when 7 people were killed in Gaza. Al Jazeera's Ibrahim al-Khalili, reporting from Gaza City, said the targeted building had been damaged during Israel's genocidal war in Gaza and was being used as shelter for displaced Palestinians. People have been forced to shelter in this partially damaged residential building due to the lack and scarcity of shelter due to the destruction of most of Gaza's residential buildings. This attack has spread panic and left people wondering what might come next in the light of this deadly escalation carried out by the Israeli military. According to authorities in Gaza, Israel has violated the United States brokered ceasefire 1,520 times since it came into effect on October 10th. At least 581 people have been killed and 1,553 wounded since then. I mean, yeah. Do we need to say anything else? 2 days ago, 7 people were fucking killed. 4 people were injured in a bombing of a fucking civilian shelter. Like, it's a shelter that's already been damaged from bombing, and Israel just bombs them again just because they want to genocide them, right? Over 1,500 violations, 1,500 people wounded, 581 people killed, and we're pretending like this is a ceasefire that's happening. We're pretending like Israel's not doing a genocide in Gaza to annex Gaza, and they're annexing the West Bank right now. UN reports continued Israeli shelling airstrikes in Gaza, warns civilians at risk. Okay, don't worry, America's gonna be on it. The UN on Tuesday reported continued Israeli airstrikes, shelling, and gunfire across the Gaza Strip. Citing the Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, UN spokesperson Stefan Dujarric noted more reports of airstrikes, bombing, shelling, Navy fire, and shooting in the last 24 hours. He said the attacks included strikes in residential areas, which puts civilians in danger and adds to the immense hardship they've endured over the last 28 months. I mean, I would say getting fucking killed by an Israeli bomb would add to the hardship that you've endured in the last 2 years. Dujarric stressed that civilians are protected under international humanitarian law. I mean, yeah, you can't say humanitarian law in Israel in the same sentence unless you're going to say, unless you're also going to use the word violating. On shelter, he said UN partners provided emergency assistance to thousands of displaced families. Last week, they provided more than 5,600 families with emergency shelter, including nearly 5,000 tarpaulins and 12,000 bedding items in just over 1 week. But he warned that more durable solutions are urgently needed, like a fucking house. Maybe a house that's not going to get bombed by Israel. This requires permission to take in machinery and materials, which Israel's not letting people do. Israel has continued to commit hundreds of ceasefire violations since the ceasefire was signed last October, including shelling and gunfire that have killed and wounded hundreds of Palestinian civilians. Interesting language here, instead of just writing like the 1,500 that we saw in Al Jazeera, right? They say hundreds. It's thousands. It's literally tens of times more than what the UN fucking article, or what is this? AA? I don't know. Kind of ridiculous language. The ceasefire ended in Israeli offensive. Okay. What's the official death toll? Killing more than 71,000 Palestinians and wounding over 171,000 while destroying about 90% of Gaza's infrastructure. Okay. Not only is Israel continuing to massacre Palestinians in Gaza, but they are also completing their annexation of the West Bank. Did you guys know that Israel just passed a bunch of new laws allowing them to put soldiers into quote unquote like sovereign Palestinian territory? We know that Israel is full of humanitarians that really care about the environment. So what they're saying that they wanted to put soldiers into Palestinian sovereign land so that they can make sure that they're not committing any kind of environmental hazards. That's what they're saying they're doing. So what do we have here from this BBC article? Palestinians, Arab countries, Israeli anti-occupation groups, and the UK have condemned new steps approved by Israel's security cabinet for the occupied West Bank, saying they amount to de facto annexation. Far-right Israel... I love how the BBC can't just be like, yeah, these new laws are de facto annexation. It's like, Palestinians say that these new laws are de facto annexation. Far-right Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich announced the moves would make it easier for Jewish settlers to take over Palestinian land. Like, you're hearing it directly from the source, right? It's the fucking finance minister. He's saying what the point of it is, and you're like, Palestinians say that it's de facto annexation? Okay. We will continue to kill the idea of a Palestinian state. All settlements are seen as illegal under international law. Like, dude, it's just so fucking comical that they literally made a comic book movie about this. Like the Superman movie that was released last summer. It's comic book villain shit. They say, oh no, we can't stop a ceasefire. Like, the only solution's a two-state solution. Stop saying that we should give these people equal rights. And then they're just saying, yeah, but we're also not going to do a two-state solution, and we're going to kill everyone so that we can take the land. I don't know. I'm out of words for it. It's just pure evil and genocide, and no one's doing anything about it. At least, like, no countries are. The measures, which are expected to be signed off by Israel's top military commander for the West Bank, aim to increase Israeli control over the territory in terms of property law, planning, licensing, and enforcement. They were announced 3 days ahead of a meeting between the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, and U.S. Benjamin fucking Burger King Netanyahu, and U.S. President Donald Trump in Washington. You have Burger King versus McDonald's coming together. Last year, settlements in the West Bank expanded at their fastest rate since monitoring began. The new Israeli measures include canceling a decades-old prohibition on the direct sale of West Bank land to Jews and declassifying local land registry records. Up to now, settlers could only buy homes from registered companies on land controlled by Israel's government. Israeli ministers presented the change as a step that will increase transparency and facilitate land redemption. Israel's foreign ministry later said it corrected a racist distortion that discriminated against Jews, Americans, Europeans, and anyone who is not Arab regarding real estate purchases. in Judea and Samaria. We all know that the act of saying like you can't fucking do ethnic cleansing, that's actually a racist against the people that are doing ethnic cleansing. Like everyone has a right to do ethnic cleansing. Oh man, leave it to Israel to say that genocide is actually a woke thing to do. If you ready for the Hawk Girl solution to Israel, I know I want to rewatch that movie. Yeah, if you don't allow people to do genocide, you're actually being kind of bigoted, which is unironically what the defenders of Israel say. Like, it's anti-Semitic to not let Jews do genocide, which is some of the most insanely anti-Semitic shit I've ever heard, coming out of the mouths of people like Lonerbox, coming out of the mouths of people like Ethan Klein, coming out of the mouths of people like what's the guy who's like the leader of the ADL's name, coming out of that asshole's mouth? What is it, Jonathan Greenblatt? Just like the most anti-Semitic shit that you've ever heard is by Zionists. Like, sure, you can hear like you could hear anti-Semitic stuff from Nazis, but it's kind of funny because like Nazis have like a respect for Jewish people. Like, I feel like Nazis think Jewish people are at least devious and they're smart, right? But Zionists just think that Jews need to have genocide in order to have self-determination, which I guess like that's a Nazi belief in and of itself, but it's just, dude, it's fucking gross. That's so demeaning to anyone, to any group of people, to say, yeah, like these people are so barbaric, they need to genocide everyone else so that they can like live a fulfilling life. Absolutely, it's disgusting. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, who heads a Palestinian Authority governing parts of the West Bank, called the measures dangerous and an open Israeli attempt to legalize settlement expansion, land confiscation, and the demolition of Palestinian properties. The Israeli NGO Peace Now said the cabinet's decision risked toppling the PA and involved canceling agreements and imposing de facto annexation. It accused the Israeli government of breaking every possible barrier on the path to massive land theft in the West Bank. The UK said it strongly condemned the move and called on Israel to reverse the decision, saying any unilateral attempt to alter the geographic or demographic makeup of Palestine is wholly unacceptable and would be inconsistent with international law. Wow, this is so good. Guys, I love liberals so much. I love liberals. Like, you hear liberals in America, and they're like, oh, I don't want to worry about Donald Trump breaking. They're like, oh, Donald Trump says that. Like, you hear a liberal journalist talking to liberal politicians. This is how the conversation goes. Journalist: Donald Trump says that he wants to violate the Constitution. Politician: well, I don't think that he would really do that because that violates the Constitution. Trump just like does what he said he wanted to do and violates the Constitution anyway. And that just, they have nothing to say about it after the fact. Like, I heard an interview on the radio today, and it was infuriating. It was like, oh, Donald Trump says that he wants to have ICE agents outside of voter facilities during election cycles. And the guy's like, well, Donald Trump just like, he says a lot of stuff. He's very blustery, and that would require Congress passing a law to like make it so that the feds can interfere with our elections. Like, dude, literally every day the Constitution is being violated thousands of times. In the state of Minnesota, whenever an ICE agent breaks into someone's house and abducts them and abducts their children, whenever an ICE agent like beats up people that are filming them and throws them into the detention centers and tortures them and interrogates them to try to get more information about other immigrants or like other agitators, like the Constitution's being violated every single fucking day. And the only recourse that liberals have is like, well, he wouldn't do that new violation of the Constitution because it'd be a violation of the Constitution. Then you have this shit on the international scale with liberals, and they're like, why would Israel annex the West Bank? That's a violation of international law. He doesn't even say it's a violation. It would be inconsistent with international law. Oh, Israel being inconsistent with international law, they would never do that, because they hold the idea of international law up as this lofty ideal, this city on the hill that is totally holy and can't be defamed at all. It's an unimpeachable ideal that Israel holds, international law, and they would sooner die than be inconsistent with it. Wow. Dude, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh, I love this. Let's see how the BBC sanitizes this language. First of all, they don't actually give any analysis. They're just like, this person said this, this person said that. Giving both sides of it, right? Israeli law, soldiers, West Bank, I think it was like eco hazards. I need to find this, because this was what I heard in the original reporting of this. Look at this. The New Arab. Israel is weaponizing an anti-pollution law against West Bank's Palestinians. Residents of the town Ne'ilin, west of Ramallah, were surprised by an Israeli military order to confiscate a plot of land under the recently issued Israeli anti-pollution law enforced over the occupied West Bank. This new military law appears on the surface to be environmentally friendly, but it is merely a continuation of the policy of land confiscation disguised as greenwashing. Israeli Defense Minister Yisrael Katz and Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich claimed that illegal waste burning in the West Bank poses a threat to national security and announced a national emergency plan. Dude, they literally destroyed 90% of the infrastructure in Gaza. And then they say that people burning waste is a national emergency in the West Bank? And they're doing this so that they can send in soldiers to annex land, to further their goal of ethnic cleansing, and then take land over. So it poses a threat to national security and announces a national emergency plan. Remember, they assassinated kids because they burned tires in, like, what was it? This first intifada, the second intifada. When Ethan said that Ethan Klein said that the Palestinians were approaching the border wall menacingly because they were burning tires and they had rocks in their hands. The Israelis had to assassinate them, right? Not assassinate, just like snipe, whatever. So yeah, burning garbage in the West Bank, that constitutes a national emergency, because apparently tire burning is a threat to Israel's national security. And these are supposed to be like the most moral, most powerful army in the world. You burn tires and it's a threat to your national security. According to a statement issued by the Israeli Ministry of Defense, the plan will include strict measures to combat fires, the administrative confiscation of Palestinian waste trucks, large-scale waste removal, and the establishment of a new waste disposal site in the central occupied West Bank. Well, how convenient is that? We don't want to take your land. We just need to have security for this section of land so that we can build a waste disposal site, right? We don't want to do ethnic cleansing of Palestinians from this area, but we just can't have you here while we build a waste disposal site. And of course, we need to send in the IDF to defend this new waste disposal site, right? At the same time, the Israeli Civil Administration announced the closure of 4 waste burning sites covering an area of 45 dunams. What the fuck is a dunam? Unjustified confiscation. A day after the military order combating pollution was issued. Dude, it's so ridiculous. Combating pollution. Is pollution the new anti-Semitism? Is pollution the new terrorism? Or the new hostages now? How many excuses have we gone through for Israel, right? How many excuses has Israel cycled through to justify this genocide of theirs? They're like, well, first we were just killing Palestinians because, like, we were afraid that they'd, like, get airports or whatever, so we had to kill them. And then October 7th happened. They're like, "Oh, we're killing Palestinians because they have hostages, so we have to kill them because they have hostages." Then it's like, well, they gave up all the hostages, but there's still a lot of terrorists there, so we've got to kill the terrorists. Now it's like, well, there's like pollution happening, so we've got to kill them because they're doing pollution. Ugh. Yeah, look at this. Yusuf al-Khawaja, the mayor, told the New Arab that Nilin is clearly the first victim of this decision, as land would be confiscated without justification to establish a landfill. Yeah, they're gonna confiscate several dunams of the town's land to establish a landfill. A landfill already existed in the area, but the Israeli military filled it in after realizing that burning waste was emitting fumes towards the homes of the illegal Israeli Modi'in settlement built on Nilin land. We are only informed of the confiscation decision for the purpose of building a road leading to the landfill. We don't know whether this will stop here or extend to other lands. We are frankly worried. The Israeli army previously closed it. Was initially an illegal dumping ground for hazardous solid waste transported from the 1948 boundaries by Israeli trucks to be disposed of in Palestinian towns. I mean, I love that too. They're just dumping hazardous waste right beside Palestinian towns. I mean, literally poisoning them. Part of annexation, according to Palestinian environmental sources, agricultural lands in the occupied West Bank have been transformed into dumping grounds for Israeli waste containing chemical compounds and heavy metals. Yeah, I mean, they're contaminating the land, the water supply, poisoning the Palestinians that live there, and then justifying the annexation of more land through this. You're polluting people. Okay, I'm curious to see how the BBC is justifying this new type of law of increased annexation. So the UK strongly condemned it. Their statement warned against the continued expansionist Israeli policies and legal measures pursued by the Israeli government. And this is the foreign ministers of Egypt, Jordan, and the UAE, and among others. Other controversial steps announced by Smotrich, who has ministerial responsibility for settlement policies, and the defense minister, Israel Katz, include transferring building licensing at an important religious site in sensitive areas nearby the volatile city of Hebron solely to Israeli authorities. The Cave of Patriarchs, also known as Ibrahimi Mosque, is revered by Jews, Muslims, and Christians as Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's burial place. It is the second holiest site in Judaism and the fourth in Islam. Israeli bodies would also be given oversight and enforcement powers for environmental and archaeological matters in PA-administered areas. As well, a committee would be revived to allow the State of Israel to make proactive land purchases in West Bank, billed as a step designed to secure land reserves for settlements for generations to come. I mean, I love how they're not even pretending, right? They're like, no, we're doing this so that we can kill a Palestinian state and settle this land. Of course, the White House doesn't do anything. White House official reiterated the U.S. opposition to annexation, saying a stable West Bank keeps Israel secure and is in line with the administration's goal to achieve peace in the region. Literally just like an automated response from the White House here. All that Israel has to do is not come right out and say we're annexing this, and they can annex it. Like, as long as they're like, no, we're not annexing it. We're just making it easier to buy land and build settlements, and we're just making sure that the Palestinians stop polluting places. Like, yeah, like the White House is full of morons, and Israel knows it. I mean, plus they fucking bought the White House too. This is like getting pissy over Hamas executing collaborators instead of going through some sort of judicial process in the courthouses that are all destroyed. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Okay, we need a palate cleanser. So, Ethan Klein has been, man, boring. He's been fucking awful. He's been horrible to watch. In the last few months and weeks, 6 months, half a year. It's been awful, like horrible shit. We talked about this in the podcast, but the Piers Morgan episode that Ethan Klein was on had the worst views of all of those uncensored videos. It had the lowest views in all of those uncensored videos. Like, he's a deeply unfunny, painful person to listen to. However, he still gets a lot of views on his podcast, and so I think like he's worth covering, especially when he says some suspect things about ICE. And that's kind of what I wanted to cover today. I don't know, guys. You're gonna have to help me out with this because this shit it is kind of painful to get through. But we had the new hit show that Ethan Klein released, and it was his two parasites that he just decided to form like a more symbiotic relationship with and incorporate them into the organism, which is his show. So it's this one. What the fuck is this? Trisha Paytas is my favorite Zionist.
Hello, everybody. This is I got my egg in hand. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the H3 show. Today we're sponsored by Fume. Love Fume.
Dude. All right. You guys are going to have to tell me this, but like, Ethan Klein is a Zionist. He's so Zionist to the point that he thinks if you call him a Zionist, it's anti-Semitic, right? That's what he says all the time. It's anti-Semitic to call me a Zionist, and actually, when people call me a Zionist, what they're actually saying is that I'm Jewish. People use Zionism as a stand-in for like a slur for Jews or whatever. We know this is what he thinks because he applauded the decision that Twitch made of saying that Zionist is a slur, right? He applauded that decision, and he says, whenever someone calls me a Zionist, they actually just mean I'm Jewish. Now he's calling Trisha Paytas a Zionist. I don't know if she's Jewish or whatever, but like, I don't know. Doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of the things that he's been advocating for?
It's a girl. So you're going to have to hire Hila. You got to do like this. So people know. You want to do it, Hila? So AB can't get clipped or some shit?
Yeah.
All right.
So you want me to say what she's saying, basically?
I'll just recap. Maybe it's easier.
Yeah.
So he's being grilled by one of his co-stars. He's like, I saw this stuff from Trisha on YouTube, and she's being anti-Semitic. Like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
I started digging, and just when she got to the Holocaust, I'm sure she had lots of fun stuff to say about that. There's anti-Semitism. It shook me. It was really appalled. She said Hitler was a great leader. Moses lies and says she didn't say that.
She didn't say that. Immediately. That's what he said.
They're very much don't believe your eyes, Taylor Lorenz style.
Why? What happened with this show? What happened with the relationship between Moses and Trisha and Ethan and Elah? Like, why are they such fucking bitter assholes to them? Is it simply because Trisha is like having more success, having a more successful career than Ethan is having right now? Like, is there a reason that he doesn't like them? Because everything that I've seen him cover Trisha for doing, he's done. They're like, he's like, every time he covers Trisha, it's like, oh, well, she was like a Zionist, right? Oh, she said Zionist things. Well, you've said Zionist things. You've defended saying Zionist things. Trisha, a lot of the times, she's like purely being stupid as fuck and clearly doesn't know what she's talking about. You've actually gone out of your way to look up Zionist talking points and repeat them on your show in an attempt to propagandize the hundreds of thousands of people that watch your show. Trisha, when she says like, oh no, I'm not with Palestine, I'm pro-Israel, she doesn't know what the fuck she's saying. She's just saying some stupid shit, man. Because she's literally dating an Israeli, and like a lot of Americans, especially before October 7th, just thought it was like, oh yeah, Israel, Palestine, like that's like a messy situation or whatever, and they don't know anything more about it than that. Trisha left the podcast saying it wasn't fair pay. Ethan did the whole Son arc on Trisha. Oh. Well, I guess Ethan is just a fucking dick to everyone, honestly. Like, anyone that like leaves his orbit and, I don't know, isn't a continuous kiss ass and suck up to him, and he thinks he can get views off of beefing with them, he will do that. Like he's debating I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Def Noodles? DEF Noodles? It's like, is he a cook or I don't know.
But she said that when she was young.
I just don't know. Like, I don't understand why. Obviously, he's just doing harassment to get views. But all of the shit that he's like covered Trisha for saying, he agrees with. So I don't know why he's like so mad at her.
No, but you have to understand. Take any person who's been on the internet for many years. You clip and edit together like 2 or 3 hours worth of footage of that person and make them look like the worst person in the world. So she does think. Well, I mean, like some people are easier than others, right? I mean, the trans chicken nugget girl is kind of top of the class.
Also, I'll slow this down for you guys a little bit. I did put it at 2 speed. I'll put it at 1.5.
So she does things, and then they cut them up, Moses says. They take them out of context, and then they say she's this, she's that, you know? Yeah, so we did see this podcast clip. I wonder if they're talking about me. And he asked her all kinds of questions, and she talks freely. I didn't understand. It was very confusing to me. Now, here's what do you call these? Confessional? If she says all Jews were responsible for the entire entertainment world, that's what Kanye West says. And, you know, everyone got mad at him. First of all, you have to understand, when she's on a show, she's in character.
God. This gives me flashbacks to like every week in my family before everybody stopped talking to him.
Moses,
that's what he would tell to everybody.
Moses is like the greatest gaslighter of all time. You could.
Moses would tell everybody in Gila's family every week that Trisha does a character when she does a show, and that's what ruined Gila's relationship with him. Oh my God, these people are miserable. Okay, guys, people didn't get mad at Kanye West because he said that Jews control the entertainment industry. They got mad at him because he said he loves Hitler and he wants to kill all of the Jews. That's what they're mad at. I hear all the time that like Jews making jokes about like Jews in entertainment industry positions. Like, oh my God, like sure you can say that's anti-Semitic, but to pretend that's why people are mad at Kanye West is insane.
Light his ass like a halogen lamp. He's so good at gaslighting. It's also well known that all the characters are anti-Semitic. There's a Jewish guy sitting. They're definitely talking about me. So there's a Jewish guy sitting next to him.
I love how I was wondering also, like, do these people know about what's happening with him and his family?
How could they know about that?
I don't know. It's a documentary, right? Like a reality.
Yeah, but they keep that close. I mean,
they don't ask questions.
He was like, "Can I be on this show?"
It's like,
I was wondering that too.
Wait, this is a documentary? I thought it was a reality TV show.
Easy. So he says there's a Jewish guy sitting next to her. What's she doing? She says something stupid so that he can correct her. And the viewer will hear. Well, that's true, actually. I mean, that did happen a lot, so that's fair.
But he's making it sound like she would say something stupid.
In service of the truth.
In service of the truth. Like it's yeah, exactly.
I mean, she's a really good sounding board for educating an audience. When you I'm not calling her stupid. I'm calling her, like, ignorant. In a nice way, right? Says, I don't know her. Now, this is my favorite line. Don't ever forget this line. Moses says, she does more than all of us. All the Israelis on this show. We won't touch 1% of what she does for Israel.
And the Jews.
And the Jews.
She's the modern day Moses, the actual modern day. She's going to enlighten everyone.
She's more than that. She's like the founding Zionist. What's his name, Herzl?
Yes.
She's like the most important Zionist since Herzl, the founder of Israel. She did until she got over it. How? She has millions of followers, our lives. That's the message. These people didn't know what an Israeli was, what a Jew is. But suddenly.
So I don't get it. Is Trisha Paytas supposed to be anti-Semitic, or is she Zionist? Like, Ethan and Ela have been just attacking her for the last 5 minutes for being anti-Semitic, right? Oh, well, she's saying anti-Semitic stuff, and Moses would always lie and say that she's just playing a character of anti-Semitism. But no, she actually is anti-Semitic, and that's why I cut her and Moses off from the family, because he would just make excuses for her bigotry. But now they're like joking that Trisha is a massive Zionist and is promoting Zionist stuff on the platform. I mean, the episode is labeled "Trisha Paytas is my favorite Zionist," which is a weird episode title for this. So Trisha Paytas extremely anti-Semitic person that is doing anti-Semitism in front of like the entire world for her fans, but is also promoting Israel and Jews and is such a good Zionist that Ethan decided to like label the episode after that fact.
See.
Also, Trisha confronted by co-reality stars. She's not. I don't even think she's on this show at all.
Well, easy come, easy goes, you know? She said, bye-bye, Israel.
Yeah, I mean, she dropped Israel like a fucking...
Bye-bye.
She dropped Israel like a... such a funny joke, but I'm not gonna...
Oh, wait. So she's such a big Zionist, but she also dropped Israel. When did she drop Israel? When they started doing a genocide? Oh, wow. So Hila's like, you're not a real ride or die bro for Israel, are you, Trisha? You're a fair weather Zionist. Fucking hilarious.
Say it.
Dude, we have to run this
Like the most important Zionist in Turkey, the founder of Israel. She did until she got over it. How? She has millions of followers, our lives. That's the message. These people didn't know what an Israeli was, what a Jew is. But suddenly see.
Well, easy come, easy goes, you know? She said, bye-bye, Israel.
Yeah, I mean, she dropped Israel like a fucking...
Bye-bye.
She dropped Israel like a... such a funny joke, but I'm not gonna say it. Like she dropped him real fast the minute it became inconvenient for her.
Yeah, the voiceover calls her out for that a few times.
Oh, God,
Yo, that's
dude.
such a good...
What the fuck? Okay. I don't want to be mean to whatever this guy's name is, AB. He looks like a caricature. He looks like he was at a carnival and someone drew his face. But then he just like took that as his regular face. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about it. He looks like he's gonna twiddle his mustache while someone's tied to the train tracks. Okay, no, I'm done. No, what the fuck was that, bro? That it looks like he has a fucking like Snapchat filter on his camera now. Oh my God. What are they? Why are they saying that when Israel started doing a genocide and Trisha was learning more about the genocide, she stopped promoting Israel like it's a bad thing? Why? Dude, why is Ethan and Ila saying, wow, once Israel started doing genocide, Trisha dropped it like a hot potato? She's such a fair weather Zionist. Like they're crossing their arms and looking disapprovingly at Trisha Paytas as she's just like on SNL doing fun shit, not talking about Israel at all. And they're like, you stopped defending Israel once they started murdering hundreds of thousands of people. I can't believe it, Trisha. This is like Mean Girls Genocide Edition. Is that what we're getting?
Such a funny joke, but I'm not gonna say it. Like the most important Zionist in Turkey, the founder of Israel. She did until she got over it. How? She has millions of followers, our lives. That's the message. These people didn't know what an Israeli was, what a Jew is. But suddenly see.
Well, easy come, easy goes, you know? She said, bye-bye, Israel.
Yeah, I mean, she dropped Israel like a fucking...
Bye-bye.
She dropped Israel like a... such a funny joke, but I'm not gonna say it. Like she dropped him real fast the minute it became inconvenient for her.
Yeah, the voiceover calls her out for that a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, that's such a good line, guys, please.
What?
Trisha has done more for Israel and the Jews than 1% of all of us combined.
You said all of us combined, we're not even coming close to 1%.
Of how much Trisha's done for Israel.
Yeah, but then they just said that like it became inconvenient for Trisha to defend Israel and she stopped. So is she like a massive Zionist or...
There's actually statues of her in like around Israel. There's Herzl, the founder, and then there's Trisha Paytas, who's like...
And it's blurred.
She's pixels. It's pixels. You know, in these clips, it's funny because they pixeling her out, but they don't voice change her. So you can hear her voice
It's funny though, because like Moses isn't even wrong about this. He didn't say she did more for Israel than like Herzl did. He said that Trisha did more for normalizing Israel than anyone else on this stupid fucking reality TV show, because she's the biggest star on the show and she's married to an Israeli, and so she's showcasing, I don't know if she's showcasing Israeli life or just normalizing the idea of like being around an Israeli culture. Like, he's not even wrong. So I don't know why they're saying, well, I don't know why they're attacking it from this angle. Like, every single aspect of this is complete bullshit from Ethan and Hila. Oh, Trisha is anti-Semitic. Okay, well, it doesn't appear that way, because she, like, in the next statement, you're like saying that she was a massive Zionist, that she did promote Jewishness, that she did promote Israel. Then you're like, oh, well, she promoted Israel a lot, right? Yeah, she did. You are even admitting that she promoted Israel, because you have to admit that she promoted Israel in order for you to say that she stopped promoting Israel. You can't have stopped promoting Israel. You can't have said, oh, she dropped promoting Israel, if she never did it in the first place. And then the worst thing, they're laughing and they're like, they're criticizing Trisha for stopping to promote Israel when it became disadvantageous for her to promote Israel. And why did it become disadvantageous to promote Israel? Because they were doing a genocide. Unlike these two fuckheads, where they're like, I don't care if we lose millions of views per month, we're going to promote Israel. Okay, well, then you should lose millions of views per month because you're promoting a genocidal terrorist state.
Clear as day. It's very funny. This is good shit, right? I mean, this is good content.
It's so good.
Sorry for covering it, but this is good content.
Sorry, I know we moved on, but real quick, I found that algorithm boost. It took me a minute for the last for the dating and money. If you compare that to the two videos next to it.
How we doing?
He's at 111K, and the two videos next to it have 2 million and 2.3 million.
Oh, well, 111K is actually a lot.
But I mean, it's not even it's like a 20th of the other two.
So it would have been amazing if it was 109.
109?
110?
Yeah.
And how are the comments?
Let me see.
They probably think he's being serious.
The top one says, so scripted.
Oh.
Zionist getting creative. And I'm Tom Cruise.
Okay.
Yeah, this dude is from Israel.
Busted. We got him.
Oh, so they think he's a fake Palestinian. Okay.
Wow, that just goes to show you.
There's layers to this, yeah.
Yeah, there's layers.
That's interesting, because that just goes to show you, because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Israelis are all white. But then when they look at him doing like his Zionist shtick, they go, oh, he's Israeli for sure. But he's like fully Arab.
Israel needs better actors.
That's crazy business. What a weird video.
You have to feel bad for him. Like, no matter what he tries, he just sucks at everything.
That's your brother, and you're like, no matter what he tries, he sucks at everything. Okay.
Well, like I said, I do appreciate the hustle. I do. I really do.
Yeah.
Moses says it's very important to me that they understand us, that they understand where we come from. I can't explain to people how much she loves Israeli culture.
Don't worry, we see it. We get it.
I never imagined that after she married an Israeli Jew, she had a child, and she was sitting with a rabbi to talk about our children's future, and how our children could be Jewish, how she could be Jewish. We celebrate the holidays and everything, and we put everything online, show everything. People still try to make it sound like
there's fucking subtitles there, bro. Oh my god. All right, just play it.
she's anti-Semitic. It just doesn't make, I mean, it does make sense.
Listen, she said fucked up stuff.
Yeah, she
so
said Hitler.
they're reacting to it.
If you see a clip of someone saying Hitler was a great leader, then like it's not going to make sense. No matter how Jewish he is today. And I think it's fair for them to be like, "Yo, can you explain what this is?" And then you explain what it is, and then you move on if you want to move on. But I don't know if you know this about Hitler, but not.
Well, that's what he's literally doing right now. And Ethan and Hila are just sitting there making fun of him for it. They're like, "Oh, why are you explaining your anti-Semitic wife?" And then in the next minute, they're like, "Well, I mean, people have questions, and all you need to do is explain it." That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. And like a minute, this entire segment is you shitting on him to the point where his own fucking sister is like, "Oh, I almost feel bad for him because just everything he does, he sucks at."
Jews don't like Hitler, right? In general. Mm-hmm.
Coincidentally, it was just Holocaust Day yesterday. So shout out Hitler.
I'm not co-signing that shout out. But no, shout out. Shout out. I didn't listen to others. I saw for myself. I trust you for myself. Make your own decisions. Spend some time with her. Ask her questions. I don't know if Moses actually cares about anything but himself. Like, I don't think he cares about anti-Semitism or things going on in Israel or anything like that.
No.
Yeah. So
what the fuck? Why is Ethan saying this? I don't know if Moses actually cares about anti-Semitism. What? He's just because he's like, oh yeah, like I know my wife. She might have said some insensitive comments in the past, but trust me, she's not anti-Semitic. Just like hang out with her, get to know her. You'll come to the same reason as me, which is like a fair thing to say. Like, just because someone is married to someone of a different ethnicity doesn't automatically mean that they're not bigoted against that ethnicity. But like, I think it's fair to say like I know her better than what these clips make you believe you know of her. So she's not anti-Semitic, right? Ethan's just like, I don't think he actually cares about anti-Semitism. And yeah, that was a really good joke by Gila. It is funny to say shout out Hitler on Holocaust Remembrance Day. That's always a good time. That brings down the roof at your party.
He's not like a typical representative for how a Jewish person would react to this. I think he's purely self-interested.
Wow, dude. Like, I know that Ethan Klein always says that certain people aren't Jewish. Sam Cedar is a token Jew. Marx isn't Jewish. He's communist. But now he's literally just saying like, Moses isn't a real Jew because he's not reacting the way that a real Jew would react to this. That's not a good look, man. That's not a good look to just say that like, oh yeah, he's not a real Jew because he's not acting the way that I want him to act.
Everyone's here and we can welcome distinguished guests. So now they're moving on to a new scene. Moses keeps hanging. It's not personal, God forbid. Signal it's not anti-Moses. But since Moses is available, this is a great time for Asaf. So what's happening? To take him for a close call. Oh, now he's getting grilled by this other dude, Asaf.
I'm curious why because we've watched this clip. That's from the last time. Yeah.
Maybe we saw a preview
why
of
we're
it.
watching this one.
I don't remember watching this one. Well, anyway, it's almost over.
Okay.
Is Gila actually just jealous though because Moses made it onto a TV show by doing nothing, and Gila spent like the last 6 years of her life trying to develop a shitty makeup brand that not a single person enjoyed when it came out, including the models that they paid to enjoy the makeup, and afterwards they're like, oh nah, like fuck this, fuck these people, like I don't want to work for Zionists. Like, why? They're just hate watching her brother on a reality TV show?
Can I ask you a question? Yeah. I already know what you're going to say. It's driving us crazy. If you go to Instagram, they show really harsh things, Trisha said in the past.
The U.S. is a racist place, not only toward Jews, black people, Hispanic people. So I don't know where she's coming from. And we need to make sure that we're not going back there, although there's a lot of hate and a lot of people that are against.
Yeah, the United States is a racist place. It is. I can think of a country that is more racist than the United States. At least one country that's more racist than the U.S.
Us as Jewish people.
Trisha, they've known her since she was 18, 17. I think since she was 18, everything you've said and done. I was doing this whole shtick about her whole lives online and blah, blah, blah. Good and bad, there's someone watching all the time, crazy fanatics trying to ruin our lives. It's like a cult. That's what unites them. No, but they say anti-Semitism, no. So you understand, well, of course not. How can a girl who married an Israeli be anti-Semitic? Not anti-Semitic, just unfollowing Israel.
She's online for, 15 years. You know, people change, even if you wrote something, if you know.
Exactly. You understand, but our fight is a fight of love versus hate, and we won. That's the most Moses.
And that's what this is him talking about them versus us, I'm sure.
Love versus hate?
They're love and we are hate. And they won.
Well, love wins. Always. Love always wins.
We love love.
Was he talking about himself personally or like Israel's fight? It is just funny that Gila's like, yeah, he just sucks at everything he does, and then he's like, well, our fight is love versus hate, and we won. And she's like, he's talking about me. He's talking about me, and he's saying that he won against me in the fight of love versus hate.
And they won.
Well, love wins. Always. Love always wins.
We love love.
He's a fierce competitor. And that's why he's so high up in the ladder ranking.
Okay, Jesus Christ, bro. Oh my God. I just can't deal with this stupid fucking shit. Okay, is there anything more than this? Dan, back to the Trisha Moses thing. Let's skip ahead.
Good change. Listen, do you want to order?
תמשיך בפלאפל. ועכשיו...
Look how good that looks. Oh.
Wait, is that a spoke?
כן, כן, אמא של טרישה ניצבת בפני אתגר הסחוג.
Is this spicy?
Don't do it.
And you know the real reason why they're doing this is, I guess she unfollowed Israel on Instagram. And so that's the whole reason that all of these Israelis are like, is she anti-Semitic?
Listen, if you think that's spicy, you should feel a hard swig of vodka in the morning.
What happened to AB? AB's dying.
That's spicy.
Someone said she's dressed as the Pharaoh who imprisoned Moses and the Jews.
Interesting. It could actually be that she's
right.
Pharaoh,
No,
yeah.
she's Moses from the Prince of Egypt.
או שאת מופתעת לראות אותן. זו דרך מאוד אמריקאית.
Oh god, dude, the editing of this, it's like a fucking YouTuber from 2016 edited this show. All right, we're done with this show. I can't stand it anymore. That was painful. Let's see how much other pain we can endure here. Where I was on Pers Morgan.
Oh, everybody, it's your host, Ethan Klein, coming at you live from Los Angeles, California.
Charles.
It is February 4th. Can you believe it?
No.
All right, exciting. So let's get back to the other stuff we've got here. Did you guys want to watch? Oh, we're going to do this tomorrow, the Mr. Beast thing. Scholes, this is interesting, admits the left was correct about Trump. So there's some fraying happening in the conservasphere.
Who?
Scholes.
Oh, this guy.
This dumb
But
idiot.
I will say
Dumb idiot.
that this was a breaking point for me and the way that the administration responded to it. Like, I didn't think what's happening right now with ICE could happen in America.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask to clarify what he's even talking about, because there's so many things going on all the time that, because it could have been the Epstein files or whatever that was the breaking point, but it sounds like it was the Minnesota killings that.
And to be fair, I shouldn't talk shit. I should compliment. I should praise. Changing your opinion, right? It's a good thing that he's like, you know what, this shit is too far. I'm jumping ship. Good. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, I like that people are doing that.
Thank
Still
you
don't
for
really
doing
like
that.
him, but that's great.
I think it's good, and I think it's good you're telling your audience too. So
Yeah.
I mean, good. This is good.
True.
Thank you for that.
I did not think that was possible. I thought our institution, I thought the Constitution would hold up. When I see it and then immediately defend it, I start to go, we gotta be very loud about this. Like, it all of a sudden becomes not like liberal catastrophic thinking. It starts to become very reasonable, nuanced criticism of the administration. They have just done...
Not murdering people in the streets is nuanced criticism of the administration. Wow, that's such a nuanced take for you to say you are not in favor of street executions.
Nuanced,
they have just made the most far left critiques of the Trump administration. Their reaction to this has just justified all of them. In one moment...
That's a big
in one
concession.
moment, all of their responses, from Trump to Kash Patel, they have justified every single and I know people will probably look at this and be like, they've done a million other things to justify them. Sure, and that's fair. But this specific situation, I think, is a breaking point, and it has justified all those criticisms. I think people's antennas are way up, and people's antennas that were not up initially.
This is like seeing the Epstein files. Because it's like,
wouldn't it be nice if
I hope that's true.
Like, damn, y'all really been lying to us. Like, damn, like you really lying to us. I mean,
I'm refrain from making a snide remark.
Sure, that's big of you.
Thank you. But I think this is fantastic. So honestly, we should applaud this and congratulate.
What is he implying there? What the guy's like, this is like the Epstein files, and Ethan's like, I'm gonna refrain from making a snide remark.
It. It's good. It's good. And my thing is like, we should all be worried about what's happening to ICE. Even people that, agree with ICE's mission of getting rid of undocumented immigrants. Let's say you agree with that mission, right? You want immigrants.
That's not ICE's mission, by the way. This is not, I mean, I covered ICE at the beginning of the stream. ICE's mission is a mission of white supremacy. It's also a mission of terrorizing democratic blue states and cities. That's what their mission is. They're literally being run by a Nazi. The point of ICE is to not go after undocumented immigrants. It's to harass brown people and blue states specifically. So no, Just the fact that he says that shows how fucking little he cares about what's going on in this country. Outside of his own little bubble where he's afraid to like walk outside because he's going to be assassinated by a Hassan watcher or whatever. Like, dude, this guy just does not give a fuck.
Removed from the country. What ICE is doing should concern all of us. They're rolling up to people in unmarked vans, not identifying themselves, literally kidnapping people and driving off, and then not telling people where they're taking them. Like, what is the difference effectively between that and a kidnapping? To anybody that's watching it, a bystander. And then I heard people starting to float the idea of we should use ICE to enforce the election. Somebody said that. Was it Bannon, I think? Epstein's
I think it was Trump.
I read that. I think
Trump said he wanted to nationalize the elections too. You see that?
No.
Instead of letting the states run them, he wants.
But that's the obvious. That's the obvious direction, right? You have a group of loyalists willing to do anything for you, to commit violence on your behalf. It's essentially a secret police that answers only to you, right?
It looks like you were right about it being Bannon calling for that. I think I was conflating it with the nationalization thing.
Bannon, who, by the way, is Epstein's number one guy.
Well, he's his biggest fan, seemingly.
I hope everyone's paying attention.
How does this guy not just crawl into a hole and disappear? You know what I mean?
Dude,
after everything that just came out, how do you have the gall to open your mouth about anything?
He's literally Epstein's best friend.
Yes.
They're talking so much, and Bannon's like giving him PR advice on how to rehabilitate his... He's like, we got to get the focus off the trafficking and pedophilia and onto the philanthropy. Like, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
The dude is a demon. Look at his face.
He's quite unfortunate to look at. It's true.
Saying it about Joe Biden.
So now he's reacting to himself on Piers Morgan. Okay.
Biden's team, as they called him a super fit Mensa genius with 100 years to live. Now it's all over liberal media because of the Epstein files and because
dude, he is one of the most corrupt politicians in modern American history, if not probably the. He was sentenced to 14 years in prison for lots of corruption, chiefly trying to sell Obama's Senate seat.
Bro, this guy does look like he's just wearing a skin mask of another human being's face. All right, come on.
You, who were absolutely
victimized, is what you're.
Or Benny was victimized with massive amounts of money, potentially millions of dollars.
We don't know, maybe
from the Russian government to produce content that nobody watched.
Vladimir Putin.
So my take is he's like actually I'm the victim of a crime. So what'd you do with the money, Benny? If it was ill-gotten, what'd you do? Did you donate it? Did you give it back?
Losing money costs you nothing.
Did you give it to the government?
It may have been compensated. We really don't know. Only he could tell us what happened.
But was this a government investigation or was this like a journalistic investigation?
No, there was charges.
So maybe they did.
The people that were behind the scheme got charged with crimes. The tenant media people.
But it seems like the media personalities got
they were not charged.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. All right, let's go.
And it was just so funny to me to be one of these.
First link right here. I'll resend it.
Obviously, the only good parts are the ones with me in it, and this is perfect. It's 8 minutes exactly.
The only good parts are the ones with me in it.
So here.
All of this is
I mean, this whole episode is bad.
Brian Shapiro, host of Pushing the Limits, the former Illinois governor, Rod Blagojevich, the host of the A3 podcast,
Pause for laughter.
Klein, and
boom, got him.
The host of the Benny Show, Benny Johnson. Welcome to all of you. Okay, Benny, welcome back to Uncensored, and thank you for your...
I'll say, I wasn't aware of this guy. Apparently, he's like a radio host in Vegas, but he did good. He held his ground. I was originally meant to be teamed up with the Mooch.
I know, and I'm disappointed.
And he canceled last minute.
He canceled.
Apparently, like an hour before the...
All right, Jesus. Let it play, man.
All right.
Lapping this up now like a dairy farmer milking the udder of a very large...
These are fan edits, by the way. For example, the picture of the cow was not present in the original broadcast.
It wasn't?
It was not.
Set of cows, as you can't blame him.
Children were being wrongfully imprisoned. Do you know this?
So this story, apparently there was like a ICE protest that and like the pastor was like pro-ICE or something, and they ended up inside the church disrupting the sermon. And Lemon showed up after the protest had started and went in there to report it. He didn't really participate in it.
He interviewed people and
he was just on the ground reporting. And I think, and now they're charging him with some serious crimes, trying to put him in jail and all kinds of silly.
Oh my God.
Right now, bud.
Sorry, this is pretty boring.
Sir?
Yes, it is, sir. But can we talk about my case?
No. No.
Tenet Media. So
More than that.
Again, well, we don't know. Maybe Benny can tell us how much
The
they paid
DOJ
him,
said,
because we
the
don't know.
DOJ said that I was
But
victim
Benny,
of a...
So which is it? Are you...
And once again, Piers let me go. He gave me the space.
I'm sorry, guys. We got to be done with this episode, dude. This one was pretty cringy. Okay, what else do we have? I was on Piers Morgan. We just saw this. We might have to watch more of this one. Cody Ko is back with a new grift. Let's see if we have anything interesting happening on this podcast. Cody Ko, Boy Thrup, Parkour Master, Super Bowl protest, Taylor Swift, Blake Lively. God, who gives a fuck? Okay. All right. This is going to be pretty bad, isn't it? Where is the fucking AI Bad Bunny? Where is it? Lol Cow IRL, new Chinese invention, Shane Dawson, super. Oh no, dude! I love how he's using AI for his stuff.
26,
like AI to clean his face up.
Bad Bunny, famous Puerto Rican musician, took center stage during halftime, and it caused quite a lot of conversation. Performance featured surprise celebrity guest from Lady Gaga, Ricky Martin. Ricky Martin is Puerto Rican?
Yes.
So why would I didn't understand Lady Gaga's...
Why she was involved?
Yeah, she had a big cameo. Which is cool.
Icon.
I mean, Queen. I just don't know if it's part of the... Yeah, he's Puerto Rican. I fact checked it. I don't understand.
Looked it up in Chat GPT. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Lady Gaga is a great musician.
And because I felt like it was all like Puerto Rican commentary, but Lady Gaga made her way in there, and I mean, we love Gaga.
I saw Cardi B was in the. She was part of the show too.
She's the good one, right?
Yes, the same one from earlier.
Cardi B's the good one. Megan Thee Stallion is the other one.
No,
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj is...
What is he talking about? Is this like an inside joke that I'm not aware of? Like, Cardi B is the good one, Megan Thee Stallion or Nicki Minaj is the bad one.
The bad.
He just like associates like black female rappers and is like, one's good, one's bad, right?
Bad one. Yeah. Cardi B is the new good one.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know if Lady Gaga is a Zionist or not. God.
And do we like Megan Thee Stallion?
We love Megan Thee Stallion.
She's awesome. I have always been a fan, in fact.
Yeah.
She's the good one. The good black female rapper. And who's the bad black female rapper?
Huge fan of our first album, actually.
Yeah, what's it called?
It's called the Menage a Trois. It's called Menage a Trois.
Megan Thee Stallion has an album called The Menage.
That's what I was talking about. That one. News. Wait, right?
Oh my God.
And I don't know about you, but I like to understand the lyrics. It makes me feel like I'm part of the show. Understand?
Everyone's like a racist uncle that's like, well, I like Bad Bunny. I just wish I could understand the lyrics, right?
Yes, Daddy.
So
we all know how much Ethan Klein loves to sing along with rap lyrics, though, right? To the point where he'll just add N-words in there, even if they don't otherwise exist in the song. It's interesting. It's interesting that Ethan Klein is like that, right? He just loves lyrics so much that he'll add his own. Even if the song's in English, sometimes his mind just fills in the blanks.
Biggest problem is that Bad Bunny was singing his big hits. By the way, he won Album of the Year at the Grammys. So he's clearly having a moment. Huge problem. He doesn't sing in English.
Huge problem.
Right? And I don't know about you, but I like to understand the lyrics. It makes me feel like I'm part of the show. If I don't know what he's saying, I just panic and I wonder, is he making fun of me? I have a little panic attack. Like, is he talking shit on America?
You guys don't get it. This isn't Ethan Klein being racist. This is Ethan Klein playing a racist character to set up a joke, and the joke is more racism. But it's just a joke, guys. Like, non-comedians wouldn't understand this. Ethan Klein is playing a racist character so that he can introduce a racist sketch and then just move on, right? But he's not actually racist. It's just all for the jokes.
Is he making fun of white people? And I feel like a fool. You know, I feel like it's an inside joke and I'm not in on it. So we did everybody the courtesy. This is a first time ever. We translated it into English for you guys.
I was wondering why wasn't there subtitles.
Oh, was there not
Hila, you missed the part where this was supposed to be a character that you were playing, and you're not actually supposed to be genuine in any of these things, even though you are being genuine in it, and you genuinely think this would be a very funny thing to do. You got to pretend like there's a degree of separation between the racist output that you are putting out onto your show and your actual intentions. You have to pretend, at least, that you're not truly that racist. But he was like, yeah, actually, like, that's true. Why isn't it more accessible for English speakers? Motherfucker, it's not a goddamn podcast. It's not a drama TV show where you need to know who the doctor fucked or, like, who married who and how they got killed. Like, it's a song. You don't need subtitles for songs. You just listen to the music. He's not describing the location of a buried treasure at the bottom of the ocean that you have to go find. You just fucking watch the performance and listen to the music. It doesn't matter. Why weren't there subtitles? Give me a fucking break.
We translated it into English for you guys.
I was wondering why wasn't there subtitles.
Oh, was there not even subtitles?
Personally, I would have liked it. Just because.
Why? Yeah, you can't even give a reason why. All that you can do is give a criticism to someone who's not presenting white culture and not like making it accessible for white people, right? But it's not even like accessible. It is a purely people asking for subtitles or people asking it to be in English or whatever. That's purely symbolic bending of the knee to white supremacy. So that's what Gila's asking for right now. Why didn't he give me a meaningless gesture that white people still dominate this space? And I need a reminder that white supremacy is still supreme. It still is reigning supreme, that this is still the dominating force over Super Bowl and entertainment, that white people are the real audience that it's being catered to. That's what Gila wants. But she can't say that. Oh, I want subtitles because I'm a white person and I want to be catered to. And I want to impose my will and it's not even a need, but just impose my will, make them submit to me, make them subservient to me here. And then when she tries to say, well, I would have liked subtitles because, I don't know. Yeah, she does. She knows, she just can't say it.
Well, you don't need it anymore because this is big. This is the first time ever.
Yeah, also, if they were subtitles, they should be in Spanish because that's the words that he's actually saying for the people that are like hard of hearing, right? For the people that need like visual aids or visual enhancements, it should be Spanish subtitles.
We took the performance and we translated it into English and transposed it so that it's him singing it in English. This is the power of AI technology.
Oh my God.
So this is big, guys. Let's suit up. Lock in.
Puerto Rico is really awesome.
Now we had to remove.
Guys, trigger warning, this is insane cringe. And like, yes, what we're seeing here is racist. So, if you were wondering about that, let your curiosity be assuaged. This is racist, what we're seeing here. And I just need to run back the look in Ethan's face and Gila's little devious giggle as they play this. You can see the endorphins from this racism rushing into Ethan's brain as his eyes light up when he sees a fucking broken English caricature of Bad Bunny. And he has the nerve to say that Hassan is the psychopath because Hassan doesn't listen to music. And this is what Ethan does to the most viewed Super Bowl halftime show of all time.
So this is big, guys. Let's suit up. Lock in.
Puerto Rico is really awesome.
Now we had to remove the music, obviously. So just imagine there's really cool tempos and stuff. But yeah, and it's in his voice and everything. It's really incredible.
Oh God.
Puerto Rico is really awesome. Reggaeton comes from Carolina and the trips from Bayamon. Hey, hey. They want to ride the wave and haven't been to Rincon. A little kiss for grandma on the balcony, taking the bumps in the Rubicon. This is Puerto Rico, land of Mabel and Tego Calderon and of Guarel, who was a champion before LeBron. Damn it. Another car, let's go to the bleachers to light a blunt before people gets out of breath. Puerto Rico is incra. It's awesome. Puerto Rico is incra. Hey, hey, hey. Forget Martiva. I'll stay in Palomino. Hey,
Also, the fact that it's just like making it all say Puerto Rico is awesome. Like, it's like, I know that this was an ode to Puerto Rican culture. That's what this performance was. But his songs weren't just all like, Puerto Rico's cool, Puerto Rico's like nice, it's fun, it's like, I love Puerto Rico. Like, there's more shit. It's more than that, man. And Ethan's just like, yeah, let's make a caricature of Bad Bunny just saying that Puerto Rico's fun, like, over and over and over again.
Not, I'll go to the Dominican Republic. A shout out to my neighbors. Hey, the heat here is different. The sun is right there, isn't it? Hey, the capital of Pereo. Now everyone.
Like, dude. Okay, come on. Give me comments. I need to see comments. Can I turn on like live? I can't believe Dan quit. Any comments about Bad Bunny? Bad Bunny is a really big fan of Lady Gaga also. And he's been to a lot of her concerts and wears her merch and so on. He talks about it in an interview. But Ethan didn't watch that because it's probably not in English. That he looks up to her and loves her music. Okay. What is this? They have to twerk to Bad Bunny. I don't know. There's no comments about the Puerto Rico Bad Bunny thing. Does anyone have the translated AI video link of the Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance? Someone translated the entire thing? Or they're saying they want the clip that they're playing on the show? Newest first. I mean, I struggle to think that like anyone enjoyed this segment here, right? Does anyone have the source of the funny translation of that Bad Bunny song? I mean, dude, like, Ethan has been courting, like, Asmongold's audience for a while now, Destiny's audience. This is right up their alley.
Wants to
it's also right up Ethan's and Hila's alley. Like, racist fucking liberals doing blackface for a joke, making Bad Bunny sing a shit-ass, like, broken English, repetitive, boring song for a joke. Like, it's it's very thinly veiled bigotry. That's
now
what
I know what they're saying.
No, but they're
Now I know what they're saying.
missing flavor, energy, and reggaeton.
Hey.
Hey, watch out for my crew. We're a bunch. They're missing flavor, drums, and reggaeton. Hey, watch out for my crew. We're a bunch.
Yeah.
Welcome to the heat.
Yes. Now we're talking. Why didn't they play this, man?
In the morning coffee, in the afternoon.
God, it still is going for another 8 seconds.
Afternoon rum, we're already in the street. Come out to your balcony.
In the morning coffee, in the afternoon rum.
So they do speak rum. That's what I thought. They do drink rum. So that was good, right?
Wow.
Finally.
Yeah, we're missing out.
I love how the only people that laughed at this were the biggest Zionists in the room, Gila and Zach. They were cracking up over this racist caricature.
I don't know if that would help, but TP USA I don't know if they would like this version better. They get them out on the field. This is my favorite part.
Puerto Rico is really awesome.
Yeah. Really
poetic.
Really
you know,
awesome.
it really, when it's in English, it really pulls out the poetry and the wordsmithing that goes on.
Like, dude, let's just put this into perspective. Right now, there is a massive crackdown on Hispanic people in America by the fucking federal government, kidnapping people, torturing them, putting them in concentration camps, like raping them, trying to get them to go to Mexico or whatever. Massive crackdown, an assault on everything, on every aspect of their quality of life that you can think of. In response to that, Bad Bunny, he wins the Grammys. He gives an anti-ICE speech at the Grammys, and a lot of hatred ensues towards him because he's a very proud and prominent representative of the Hispanic American community in this country, and he's speaking up against Donald Trump and the crackdown of Hispanic people. And then he does a Super Bowl performance halftime show, and it's all in Spanish. And it is not only all in Spanish, but it is a showcase of Hispanic culture, like specifically Puerto Rican American culture. It's all in Spanish, and once again, he gets a lot of criticism from that. Ethan Klein, in response to all of this, with the context of this being the first completely, well, I guess Lady Gaga was there, but completely non-English Spanish Super Bowl halftime show, in the context of the fucking Hispanic people of America being targeted by a white supremacist administration, Ethan decides, I'm going to make a video, and the joke is going to be that I wish it was in English. It would have been so much better if it was in English, and I can just relate to it more in English. Not only can I relate to it more in English, but it's actually more poetic if it's in English. That's what he's fucking saying. So, in the context of this guy, in my opinion, very bravely standing up against this terrorist administration that is trying to eradicate people like him from the borders of our country, or at least maybe not entirely from the borders, but put them into concentration camps, make them a second-class citizen. Ethan's response is to I'm going to say that, yeah, Spanish fucking sucks, and I'm going to make a joke about the fact that you need to be an English speaker, and that's the better way of life, is speaking English. This man misses the mark in every sense of the word, and it at a time when a representation like this is direly needed, he takes it and turns it into a racist caricature. You can go on as many Piers fucking Morgan shows as you want. You're making the country a worse place by sending this message out to your audience. I watched the Super Bowl halftime show. Everyone that I was with watching it was getting fucking teary-eyed because of it. They were this is really powerful. This is a powerful message of resisting totalitarianism and fascism. You go to the comments below. It's the most watched Super Time show, because not only was it really good, but because of the message that it is sending. at a moment where a message of pride in pride in one's culture and in who you are as a Hispanic American is direly needed in this country. And a lot of people had the exact same reaction as myself and the people I was watching it with, like getting emotional because they're like, wow, like Bad Bunny's really standing up, making a statement here and showcasing culture. Like all of the comments on the Super Bowl halftime show video are like, I'm Irish and I've never felt so Puerto Rican. I'm a Italian from Europe and I've never felt closer to like Hispanic American culture than I do right now. And Ethan's response is like, I know what would be so funny. Let's make an AI generated video where the point of the video is to belittle the fact that he was speaking Spanish the entire time at his show. And like, you know, he could have just translated it to English, right? But he also had to write an insanely demeaning song about how this guy just says, like, in broken English, brain dead phrases of like, Puerto Rico's very awesome. Puerto Rico's cool. Hey, I drink rum in the morning. Like, it's a fucking broken English brain dead song that he has him sing. And like, this is the guy that's supposed to go on to Piers Morgan and debate ICE. Like, give me a fucking break. He's upholding white supremacy. It's so bad. And like, this shit is getting hundreds of thousands of views still. Like, I know it's not good, and I know he's losing subscribers every single day, but whether he's botting or whether he's genuinely getting that many views, it's concerning either way. That you just have like a disgusting white supremacist like this making up shit to get people more anti-Semitic by saying that, oh yeah, all Jews support Israel, enforcing white supremacist values like the idea that to be American you have to speak English. I still remember when he was advocating for the sale of TikTok because he's like, yeah, American control over TikTok would be more responsible than Chinese control over TikTok. It's like, why, dude? Like, he's purposely turning a blind eye to the horrible imperialist tendencies of America and actively defending that shit. So yes, this man is functionally a white supremacist. And now we'll see what he has to say about Emeru versus Denims. I love how he phrases this as Emeru versus Denims too, right? Like, that's the beef rather than Emeru getting piled on for saying like, I don't care about ICE. Let me look this up. Emeru ICE clip. Emeru. Where's the original Emeru ICE clip? Let's look it up on Twitter. Emeru ICE. Me liking every tweet calling Emeru. Emeru is asked her thoughts on ICE. This was viewed 42 million times, right? For a pretty bad response to, and I know there's like more context here or whatever, but this clip was viewed 42 million times, 63,000 likes, and Ethan takes this and he frames it as Emeru versus Denims because he is like psychosexually obsessed with denims. I remember the time last year where he was like fantasizing about being the boyfriend of Denims and being like, she'd be such a bad partner. Like, dude, what the fuck? Denims? What does she have to do with this? It's a fucking 42 million viewed clip, and you're like Emeru versus Denims because Denims is an essential part of this drama that's going on. It would be journalistic malpractice to not cover Denims' response to the 42 million views that this clip has. So anyway, I'm sure we can get a bit more more responses from Emaru. Hello, it's very rare I will speak my mind, but I'd rather get my thoughts out there, so apologies if this is long. There's a clip from my stream that's been circulating a lot, so I'd like to explain it for anyone who's hurt or shocked by it. When the clip starts, I was responding to a mod asking a question that included the word ICE. I'm not someone who normally comments on or gives my opinions on serious real-world topics, so it didn't really click to me that they were referring to the agency. That's a funny response. You can see in the clip when I say thoughts on ICE, there's an instant cut afterwards that makes it seem like I'm responding directly to that question, which I'm not. You know what? Let's take a look. Let's open this up. Let's just watch that original clip and hope we don't get copyrighted by Daft Punk, because Emaru is doing the brilliant thing of where's the 42 million viewed one? Emaru is doing the brilliant thing of streaming with copyrighted music so that people can't react to her clips. Actually kind of smart.
It's on ice. Like there's a certain extent where it's on ice. Like there's a certain extent where I'm like, okay, sure, I get people wanting big content creators.
Is this like a Nico Robin cosplay or something?
To like say their opinions on like important topics. I get that, right? But it's like,
come on, don't.
If you need a streamer who doesn't even know anything about politics to tell you about politics, you probably just need to like get off the internet. Like, just stop. Like hello? Like, I don't, like what? Like, how am I gonna, I don't know. Get help. Like, even like,
oh god, dude, the Daft Punk.
I don't know. Like, obviously I don't like dislike any of the political streamers except for like some of like the really bad ones. I don't really like them, but it's like I don't understand how in the first place people care so much what they say. I guess it's because they just have a lot of reach or influence, but it's like, why are you listening to them in the—
Okay, so anyway, she's like, I don't know about ICE. What's the full clip? This is my full clip.
ICE? I don't know what that is, Allie. I genuinely have no idea what that is. I don't know what you're talking about.
Guys, let me know if this stream gets taken down.
What is Hassanette?
You don't stop. You can't stop. We're gonna
don't know what. Oh no, I know what ICE is. I thought. Okay, never mind. That's you.
One more time. Celebration.
Like, I do. Like, there's a certain extent where I'm like, okay, sure.
Okay, so. Okay. So when she says like, oh, there was a cut that makes it look like I responded immediately, it's irrelevant. Thoughts on ICE, there was an instant cut afterwards that makes it seem like I'm responding directly to that question, which I'm not. Well, then you did respond to it immediately afterwards. Like, sure, maybe not immediately afterwards, it took you 30 seconds. To clarify, since this has gotten a lot of people speculating about my real thoughts, it should go without saying no one deserves to live their life in fear of being killed or taken away from their homes or families, regardless of who is doing it, but especially not because of ICE or any other government agency. I understand the world is a very cruel and messed up place. You don't have to study politics or actively read the news to know that. I would never want to invalidate anyone who struggles with those things in an agency like causing fear. An agency like ICE causing fear and suffering deserves serious support. To me, that's not even political, it's basic human empathy. I never made comments on stream about ICE in the first place. That was a dishonest and intentionally maliciously clipped post. I mean, to be fair, she didn't really comment about ICE. She dodged the ICE question and then was commenting about political streamers in general. It's a very common thing that clip accounts do to streamers, and it's becoming more and more common, but it should go without saying no one should have to live. I mean, they didn't really clip you maliciously, I have to say. They just accurately clipped you. No one should have to live in fear or suffer because of who they are or where they're from. That's something that's always been important to me. I just tend to try to focus my creative stuff around games and cosplay rather than try to take up room in an environment already polluted by misinformation and hatred. Additionally, I thought I might as well bring this up now. It's a very traumatic and personal topic, so that is why I avoid talking about it. I will never be friends with anybody who abuses anyone, assaults people, or consumes content that enables the abuse of children. I have always been a creator whose friends are on good terms with basically everybody. Streaming is in Texas and LA in all different bubbles, and this has unfortunately included some bad actors. Okay. Damn, this goes on for a while. So they're saying that bad people went into her circle, she dropped people. I thought actions over words, never interacting with those people again and preventing them from being involved in my streamer community activities would send a clear message that this type of shit isn't welcomed. I suppose maybe that did not make how I felt clear. Well, hopefully this makes it more clear. Anyone who abuses people, like, it is kind of interesting that she's like, oh yeah, I got taken advantage of by my friends, and that's why I'm against ICE, right? I'm against people that abuse other people. But it's like, I don't know, that's not really the same thing. ICE is, while, yes, they do abuse people, it's institutionalized, and it's a big issue that's going on a nationwide scale in this country right now. So yeah, I think you're downplaying the impact of ICE a little bit and making it more about like this is like a personal thing that people are experiencing. So anyway, kind of she doesn't really know what she's talking about here. Okay, anyway, what does Nathaniel Klein have to say about this?
Like any of the political streamers, except for like some of like the really bad ones. I don't really like them. But it's like, I don't understand how in the first place people care so much what they say. I guess it's because they just have a lot of reach or influence, but like, why are you listening to them in the first place? I don't
that's
know.
her take, which is like completely fine and defensible and normal.
What? What? Saying like I don't want to talk about ICE is fine and defensible and normal? Really, dude? Saying like being like, "Oh yeah, what's ICE? I don't care. Why are you asking me about this?" That's defensible and normal? You just did a fucking debate on Piers Morgan about ICE, I thought. And now you're like, "Oh yeah, asking a streamer to like give a comment about ICE and her saying, "Oh yeah, why are you asking me about this?" And then people getting mad about it. Saying, "Why are you asking me about that?" That's normal.
And Denham's being,
I mean, the apology didn't make any sense. Like, because the apology, Emaru's apology, at first you're like, okay, she says she's not in favor of people getting abused. That's good. But then she's like talking about how she got taken advantage of by her friends and her streamer partners. And it's like, do you know what we're talking about when we say that ICE is abusing people? Like, I don't think she does. So she's just, it seems like she can do a lot more work if she actually wanted to apologize and like make amends for being kind of shitty in that circumstance.
shallow, jealous, uncreative.
What? Wait, what the fuck?
So much what they
Dude, of course Ethan is gonna defend Emaru for not saying like fuck ICE, like very, very simply fuck ICE. Or very simply, yeah, I'm not in favor of like ICE abusing people. Of course Ethan's going to defend Emaru, saying like, I'm not gonna give you my opinion on ICE. And then he's going to attack Denims for criticizing Emaru, right?
say. I guess it's because they just have a lot of reach or influence, but like, why are you listening to them in the first place? I don't
that's
know.
her take, which is like completely fine and defensible and normal. And Denham's being,
it's fine, defensible, and normal.
Shallow, jealous, uncreative, fueled by outrage, dumb, not to mention.
Shallow, jealous, uncreative, fueled by outrage, and dumb. Dude, You can't convince me that this man does not want to fuck Denims. Like, he sees Denims. He sees that Denims made a tweet or whatever. I don't know how many views that tweet has. Let's say like 100. Let's be reasonable and say, or generous and say it has 100,000 views. It has 100,000 impressions. Her tweet has. The original post had like 42 million, and Ethan's like, "Oh yeah, Denims, that fucking stupid, ugly, uncreative, shallow, selfish." Like, dude, literally just sees her fucking name. I guess he follows her on Twitter or whatever, on his burner account. He follows her so that he can make these segments about her. Sees her and immediately goes off on a tirade about how on all of these qualities. And I love also, like, the original story, the original post has 42 million views. Ethan plays 20 seconds of it and is like, "Yep, that's fine. We're going to spend the next 40 minutes talking about Denims."
She goes, "I've never thought I'd see the day where we be fence-sitting the modern Gestapo." Did we watch the same video?
She was not fence-sitting anything.
She's like, "Why do you care about what my opinion is on politics?" Because look, she's a gamer and you can just listen to her talk. Like, why the fuck do you need Emru to comment on anything? It's not every person's job online to make a statement on every single fucking topic.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like she knows that whatever she's going to say is not going to be thoughtful enough because that's not her job. Like, she doesn't do a whole lot of research on this topic.
Yeah, she's not going to say it right, and then
she's not going to say it right. Then people will tear her apart on both sides.
So they're calling her racist, Chud, for that. Like, what a fucking dumb. Dude, Denims is such a gross ventriloquist doll looking.
So saying like, "Oh, when you're asked about whether you support ICE or not," and you're like, "Why are you asking me for my opinion on this?" She didn't say, "Oh, like, I don't know enough to give you an opinion on that." She didn't say that, because in her next statement, she says, "You don't need to know a lot to say fuck ICE." So like, yeah, she's fucking fence sitting. She's refusing to give an opinion on it when she clearly knows enough to be able to give an opinion on it. There's a reason that she didn't give an opinion, and it's not, "Oh, I don't think I'm qualified to give an opinion on this." It's because she has a Republican audience. She has a lot of fucking conservatards in her audience, and she's trying to placate them. That's what she's doing, man. So why are Ethan and Hila being like, "Oh, people... not everyone has to give an opinion on current day politics. Some people just might not be informed enough. Some people might not know enough." Dude, holy shit. After like a year and a half of them being like, "If you don't stand up for anti-Semitism, then you're pro-anti-Semitism, or stand up against anti-Semitism." Like, they literally, we just watched a clip earlier in this stream of them criticizing Trisha because she unfollowed Israel after Israel started doing a genocide, and they're like, "That's anti-Semitic." I can't believe Trisha dropped Israel as soon as people started being anti-Semitic against Israel. Okay, so then why, if you're saying that you can fence sit, like, by not making a pro-Israel statement, you're allowing anti-Semitism, then how is this not the exact same thing, except worse? Because she didn't even not make a statement. She made a statement of saying, "Yeah, I'm not going to comment on this."
She really, by the way, the ventriloquist doll thing, I don't think I ever nailed someone as hard.
Every time I see her now, I cannot unsee that.
It's crazy, dude. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what is this? What a great day to be alive. Are you wearing pants? Dick Cheney died on the day that...
Bro, holy shit. Dumb, shallow, jealous. That's what Ethan describes Denim as, right? All of those are like, misogynistic stereotypes of women, too. Then he compares her to a literal doll. "Oh yeah, she looks like a doll." Like, he compares her to a doll. Then he's scrolling her Instagram or Twitter and sees like a good-looking picture of her, and he's like, "Ew, what is that?" Clicks, zooms in even closer. Ethan, leave your fucking sexual fantasies in your basement where you get relegated to when you're at home with your you in your dog shit covered basement. Don't force it onto us and in your podcast. Holy shit, dude. You hate denim so much, but you're going to zoom in on like a sexy picture of her and be like, ew, what is that? Let me click on it to find out more, just so we can like make fun of her. Is she even wearing pants in that? Ew. Oh my God.
That Zoran Mamdani was elected mayor. I don't think I ever nailed someone as hard.
Every time I
I don't think I've ever nailed someone as hard as Denims.
see her now, I cannot unsee that.
It's crazy.
The woman your husband tells you to not worry about, as he's zooming in on her X account, as he's like, ew, I'm just looking at this so that I can have like content for the podcast. I'm just looking at these pictures of her without pants to make fun of her about it. Not because I find her like attractive or anything like that. I'm just making fun of her for taking a picture.
You know.
Why are you staring at that woman's breasts? I'm not staring at her breasts. She has an interesting writing on her shirt. Okay, Gila. I'm looking up her shirt and seeing what it says. That's why I needed to zoom in on the picture of her showing off her curves and not wearing any pants.
Oh, what I'm saying. Ew, what is this? What a great day to be alive. Are you wearing pants? Dick Cheney died on the day that Zoran Mamdani was elected mayor. Yeah, but are you wearing pants? Like, what the fuck?
Bro, you can't even pretend that you're trying to criticize her politics. He's like, are you wearing pants? Let me read this political message that was like on paper the point of the post that Zoran got elected. And he's like, ignore the politics. Are you wearing pants? What the fuck? What the fuck? We need to do more investigations about this. Someone get me Denim's OnlyFans account. I need to see if I can find the pictures that she uploaded that day to see if she was in fact wearing pants or not. I need to get to the bottom of this right now. Dan, where's Dan? He's not here today. All right, well, I guess I'm already subscribed to it on my phone. I guess I could just look at it there.
You need pants to fly.
You need pants to fly?
So, what is this?
Gila Klein being a cuck? I don't know. I feel like she'd be more into just like not paying attention to Ethan Klein if they ever opened up their marriage at all.
What a great day to be alive. Are you wearing pants? Dick Cheney died on the day that Zoran Mamdani was elected mayor. Yeah, but are you wearing pants? Like,
what are you wearing pants?
You need pants to fly. So,
literally stuttering and stammering after looking at a sexy picture of Denims. Oh my God.
For some reason, Denims really has it out against Emaru. And I think I think she's just jealous because Emaru is the #1 woman streamer on Twitch. And she got a lot of sympathy and people siding with her as she was literally the victim of a sexual assault.
Ew. Oh my God, dude. Ethan saying that Denims is jealous of Emaru because she got attention after being sexually assaulted? That's fucking gross. Like, oh, Denims is jealous of Emaru because a lot of people gave her attention after she got sexually assaulted on stage publicly. So Denims criticizing her politics like a year after that assault happened. That's just because of jealousy.
And literally the fault of Twitches. So Denims being, a political agent, a defender of Twitch, a Hassan waiting room. She has a vested interest in defending Twitch as a platform and attacking Emaru because I think she's just jealous, frankly.
Like, dude, this is just so fucking misogynistic from Ethan. I think he's sad that Denim stopped covering him, honestly. I think he really enjoyed the attention that Denims was giving him. I think he did enjoy that a lot. But yeah, a woman criticizing another woman's political speech, that has to be because she's jealous.
right? That can only be because she's jealous of the attention she got from a sexual assault that happened. Like, dude, this is like 1950s shit. Like, this is like a TV show where one woman got pregnant and then another woman is jealous because she doesn't get as much attention. The pregnant woman's getting all of the attention because of woman stuff, and so like the writers just write it so that the women get into fights, but by the end of the episode they make up because they realize how silly she was. So what a silly jealous woman she was being. Like, dude, this is your fucking analysis? Like, you completely ignore what Denims is saying and just say, oh, well, Emaru has to give an opinion on a Gestapo that's terrorizing people in the streets? It's like, yeah, that'd be fucking nice if she did. And then you just say, oh, yeah, she's jealous. That's why she's criticizing her.
Live, laugh, lobotomy.
I was just looking at that.
Who got lobotomized, Denim?
It's reminding me of
That
the
would
shirt
explain a lot.
with Hassan and the jacket where it's like you can't tell if he's
Racism.
for it or against it.
Racism. Chauvinism.
Yeah.
It's her cell phone shirt.
I would believe it if she was like, help, I've been lobotomized. I'd be like, oh shit, that explains
She
a
forgot.
lot. That literally, I'd be like, oh my God, I understand you now. I'm so sorry for everything mean I've said about you.
That's a really funny joke.
I did see this fucking making the rounds. This was crazy.
It's not crazy. Emaru, who is friends with Asmongold, Lakari, Tectone, plus she thinks Ethan's lawsuit is justified. Oh yeah, that's why she hates her. There was a super brief...
Dude, holy shit. Ethan thinks that he's like, lives rent-free in everyone's head. Emaru is friends with Asmongold. She has a podcast with him, Lakari, and Tectone. I don't know who Tectone is. He's like another racist guy, I guess. Plus, she thinks Ethan Klein's lawsuits are justified, and Ethan ignores all of the other things and is like, "Oh, Denims hates Emaru because she once made an offhanded comment that my lawsuits are justified," and then like a year later, Denims is criticizing her over something completely unrelated to the lawsuits. So that must be why she hates Emaru. Not only is she jealous of the sexual assault that Emaru was victim of, but she was also mad at Emaru because Emaru supported me. Like, this is why I'm saying Ethan Klein misses the days when Denims would cover his show, because he likes the feeling of having an attractive woman give him attention. I don't know, maybe he's not getting that at home, but no, dude, like, Ethan's just a fucking sexual deviant, and he takes it out on women online.
And that's why she hates her. There was a super brief clip of her being like, I think like if you probably just shouldn't steal people's content and you won't have to worry about being sued. And she's held on to this grudge for so long. That's what's happening. She says that she's friends with all these bad people. I mean, people say that about me. People say I'm friends with Destiny, so I don't give a fuck who they, you know what I mean? Shut up.
Scary, because I saw that some people are getting sued for reactions, but I mean, it's like a different case than what I do, I guess. So surely it's different. Mr. Daly wouldn't sue me, we're homies. He likes my tweets sometimes. Yo, Dylan, thanks for 33 months. It's okay, people that
right.
like.
Dude, this is 100% irrelevant.
For Congress, Eddie or whatever.
Ember is friends with Asmongold, Lakari, Tectone, plus she thinks Ethan Klein's lawsuits are justified. This is crazy. 28,000 likes, 700,000 views. Racist chud.
Like, I love how it's like Emaru fence-sitting ice clearly resonated with like the online greater streaming and YouTube culture, and it's so clear. Like, the original post has 42 million views. This post has like what was it, like 17? It has like 30,000 likes or whatever. And Ethan's like, let's talk about denims, right? Just like literally gave 20 seconds to Emaru just so that Emaru could give her piece, and then he's like, yeah, that's 100% defensible. And actually, all of the criticism that Denims was giving Emaru is because of me. In reality, Denims is still caught up. She's still hung up on me and how I wrecked her in the marketplace of ideas. Like, dude, it's like a very clearly viral story by itself. And Ethan devotes 20 seconds to it and then spends the next 40 minutes covering Denims and like zooming in on her pictures where he's like, is she wearing pants? I really need to find out if she's wearing pants or not.
Crazy. 28,000 likes, 700,000 views. Racist chud. This is a crazy.
What about anything? What did where's even the accusation or the evidence of racist? Like, you just call anybody racist for no reason?
Dude, oh my God. Like, if someone's like, oh yeah, I don't care about Palestine, or I don't care about Palestine, or in Ethan's case, I don't care about Israel. Ethan would be like, oh yeah, that's anti-Semitic, right? I don't care about ICE. That is appealing to your fucking racist audience that is pro-ICE. That's what it's doing. Saying that. If you actually didn't know about ICE, you could just say, I don't know about ICE. But then your immediate follow-up to that is like, ICE? What's ICE? And then she realizes, oh yeah, ICE is the organization that's kidnapping people. And then she's like, oh, well, like, I'm not going to talk about ICE. If you need someone to tell you what about ICE, you got to get offline. It's like, they didn't need someone to tell, they didn't want you to tell them about ICE. They wanted to know your opinion on ICE.
Like, she didn't, what did she do that's racist even?
Just because she refused to talk about something.
Racist?
Yeah, so if someone asks, let's just do a mind experiment or a thought experiment. Let's say Ethan is on a podcast and he asks someone on the podcast, what do you think about the Holocaust? And then his podcast co-host says, I don't want to talk about the Holocaust. If you need someone to tell you if you need someone online to tell you what to think about the Holocaust, maybe you need to get offline. What would Ethan say about that? Would he say that, oh, well, that's 100% defensible? Or would he actually have an issue with it because it's implying that the person is like pro-Holocaust, right? And guarding their true opinions on the matter.
Chud? The fuck?
Crazy fucking post. So I will say tides are turning on this particular character.
Finally, this victim of sexual assault, I can finally talk shit on her. I've been waiting for the for the dust to settle.
Dude, it's so fucking gross. Like, the way Ethan's framing this as Denims wanting to get revenge on Emaru for getting extra attention from her SA case it's really gross, man. Like, dude, just why can't you just take it at face value that Emaru had a bad political take and Denims responded to the bad political take? Just take it as what it is. You don't have to ascribe this weird misogynistic fantasy you have where Denims is jealous of the attention Emaru got from her sexual assault.
I will say that.
God, she is just such a fucking...
I also love how Kyle Kalinske is like... He's getting caught in the crossfire with just the worst paused face you can get for him.
I will say that.
God, she is just such a fucking...
Say it, Ethan. She's such a fucking... What are you gonna say? Ethan's been really self-censoring a lot lately. Has his button been running out of battery or something? Is he low on batteries for his button? Say it. Why are you self-censoring? She's such a fucking...
Say that.
God, she is just such a fucking... She's Denims, man. Nobody does it like her.
I hate how slow she talks, man. Her reactions.
Because she got to buy time. She got nothing to say.
You're literally covering a tweet that she made. You can't say she has nothing to say when you're covering a tweet she made. It's like a microscopic thumbtack on the fucking elephant that is this real story. Like, the amount of views that Denims' tweet and her statements have compared to the amount of views that Emaru has is astronomical. Like, dude, you're obsessed. There's no other, like, the only reason to cover Denims on this shit is that he's obsessed with her. That's the only reason. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And then you're covering her and you're like, well, she has nothing to say. Well, then don't cover her. I skip the parts of your shitty ass podcast when you're not saying anything relevant, and I cover the part where you are enforcing white supremacy and like pro-Israel propaganda bullshit. And then when you're like criticizing Denims, man, I don't watch a part of your podcast and then just keep it playing and be like, oh my god, he has nothing to say, and then just sit there and watch it more. Don't cover it then.
Irks me so much.
It irks me.
More attacking against Emaru for basically nothing.
The right gets so...
More attacking for basically nothing. Remember, dude, Ethan's justifying right now, like, not when directly being asked, do you, like, what's your opinion on ICE? Ethan's like, well, I mean, not everyone has to say that they're against concentration camps, right? Right? You shouldn't criticize someone for not saying that they're against concentration camps. Are you fucking serious right now, bro?
Soy. You're smearing and defaming by calling someone a chud.
That's not the part.
He says it about Caseytron in this stream? Oh, I think, yeah, we're still getting there.
That's
She's
what
such
they
a liar. More attacking against Emaru for basically nothing.
The right gets so soy. You're smearing and defaming by calling someone a chud.
That's not the part.
That's
She's
what
such
they
a
always
liar.
do. That's what they always do.
You're such a liar. At least fucking engage with the conversation.
Yeah.
You think that they're mad about the chud part?
Not the...
Bro, Ethan, you literally, like, didn't even play the full clip of Emaru saying that she wasn't going to give her opinion on ICE, right? You didn't play the full clip of that, and now you're criticizing Denims of not engaging in the conversation, especially when she said that people on the right are snowflakes and are soy-facing, when it's like, oh, you're defaming me by calling me a chud? Motherfucker, like, dude, she's objectively right that conservatives are snowflakes. Now you're defending conservatives. Just because he's so fucking obsessed with Denims, he's now good defending conservatives.
Emaru for basically nothing.
The right gets so soy. You're smearing and defaming by calling someone a chud.
That's not the part.
That's
She's
what
such
they
a liar.
always do. That's what they always do.
You're such a liar. At least fucking engage with the conversation.
Yeah.
That's what they always do. So Gila's agreeing with Denims right now. She's like, yeah, that is what conservatives always do. And Ethan's like, you're not engaging in the conversation. Ethan, motherfucker, dude. The conversation's not about Denims. Why are you saying engage in the conversation? It's not about Denims and whether Denims was like properly called out or whether Denims correctly called out Emaru as being a chud or not. The conversation's about Emaru. What conversation is this? Your fucking like subreddit that gets sent to you?
You think that they're mad about the chud part?
Not the racist part.
What are we talking about? When was Denims being racist? Not... Oh, Gila is saying they're mad about Denims calling Emaru racist.
Ugh, Jesus Christ.
I wish the lobotomy shirt was in the shot with this freeze frame. It would have been nice.
The face just looks like someone who's had a pickaxe in their brain. Like shit is just a little off. The only thing that's missing is a little dribble, a little drool coming out the corner of her mouth. And then be like, I am so sorry, Denims, that I ever spoke ill of you. I did not know that you were lobotomized. I am so sorry. Can I sit you down? Would you like some soup? You look cold. Can I get you?
It's so fucking gross. It's so fucking gross what these people do online. Like, it's just cyberbullying.
Everybody hates you. That's yeah.
You look cold. Can I get you a blanket?
Everybody hates you. That's yeah.
I am so sorry, Denims.
Oh my god, dude. Then you have AB doing his attempt at like a
a follow-up joke where he's just like trying to be mentally handicapped with his speech. That's what Denims is.
Happened to you? Who lobotomized you? Hassan? Oh.
When did people on the right get so soy? You're smearing and defaming by calling someone a chud.
You're such a
Denims,
liar.
Place.
She's literally criticizing right-wingers for like being snowflakes, for saying that everything offends them, right? She's calling out their hypocrisy, where when they say they're in favor of freedom of speech, they're actually not. That's what Denims is doing, and these people are like, oh, that's crosses the line, Denims. You're so bad. You're a bad person for saying that right-wingers are hypocrites and they just complain about their getting their feelings hurt all the time. You're a bad person.
Seriously.
And they're like, oh, she's brain damaged. She's brain damaged. She has a learning disability. Gila's like, Denim's place.
But actually just say what happened. Why are you lying about what happened? She didn't give a fuck. You called her a chud.
She does come off so jealous.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's just ugly jealous. You know what I mean?
Oh, God. Okay. I'm confused at what's going on right now. They're like, why don't you say what happened? Why don't you let her say what happened? You're not saying what she really said. Denims is clearly talking about like right-wingers in her replies or whatever that are like, oh, you can't call her racist. Like, she's talking about people like you, bro. She's not talking about Emaru saying that Emaru's a snowflake. I don't know, man.
It's like, girl, you are green with jealousy. And also maybe gangrene. You look diseased.
No, it tells me everything I need to know about the character of someone who talks about things this way. I don't know why this, I mean, it's intentional ignorance, but that's okay. It tells me everything I need to know about this person. If you are fine with commenting on things you don't know about when it benefits you, when you know
But she didn't comment on it. That's what you're mad about, for her not commenting. And now you're saying you shouldn't comment on things you don't know. That's literally what she did. Am I understanding her right?
Everything I need to know about
you're not.
This person. If you are fine with commenting on things you don't know about when it benefits you, when you know your audience will like you talk.
What do you mean? She should comment on things when it benefits her? Like just talk?
Holy shit. Ethan's actually like fucking Republican, man. Like, dude, he cannot understand the words that are coming out of people's mouths. First of all, Denims hasn't made a full point. But up until this point where Ethan paused, she's saying, if you are fine talking about things you don't know about when you know it will benefit you, then you're being hypocritical when you say you don't know about something when you know that it will harm your viewership. That's what Denims is going to say. I have fairly decent critical analysis when I consume media, so I can understand what Denims is saying. And I want to even say fairly decent. I think that anyone with like average to below average critical analysis can understand what Denims is saying here. Ethan Klein is either fucking Republican and he can't understand that, or he's just so consumed with hate and like sexual frustration over Denims that he's willfully being ignorant to like the words that are coming out of her mouth. And maybe, I don't know, he's just like his brain shuts off when she starts talking, which is another that's another feature of misogyny, not understanding what women say and not listening to women when they speak. Not beating the misogynistic allegations, Ethan.
Talking about things?
Talking about it? That's one thing.
Okay.
But then for you to use an opportunity or ignore an opportunity where you could talk about something, maybe your audience doesn't like it, maybe you could educate them on it a little bit, but you choose not to, you're just siding with...
You're so brave, Denim. She's always taken a principled stand against things her audience totally disagrees with. She's totally not audience captured and just spoon feeding them slop all the time.
Whatever you're...
Like, he's being willfully ignorant to what she's saying. This is what he does a lot, especially to women that he reacts to. They say something, he completely ignores it, and then he just attacks them. Like, it is
classic misogynistic move to have a woman say something, ignore it, and then just like criticize them or whatever. Like, I don't even know how to respond to this, because Denims is saying that Emaru should take this opportunity to like learn about this subject because it's the right thing to do, and she wants to like, you know, be on the right side of history and inform her audiences. But she isn't doing that because she knows that her audience will like leave her, right? And Ethan's like, well, you, Denims, you're brave because your audience captured. That's what Ethan says. Like, it's a complete just ignoring of the point Denims made. It's like two ships passing in the night. It has nothing to do with what Denim said. And Ethan's the one that's like, well, engage in the conversation.
Chud or chudette audience
Chudette
wants to hear. She's right.
And ironically, like, Ethan is saying that, oh, well, Denims is audience captured. That's pretty much what Denims is saying Emaru is. And that's why she wouldn't speak out against ICE, because she's afraid of pissing off her audience. So, like, the irony of Ethan being like, well, Denims is audience captured, as Denims is making that exact point about Emaru. I don't know, perfect example of, like, the ridiculousness of Ethan Klein's campaign of harassment against Denims.
She says most streamers are not qualified to talk about politics. Okay, here's the thing, dude. You're
well, I don't know about her, but she's right in your case, Denims. You don't know shit about anything. You know.
She don't have to be qualified to talk about politics to say fuck ICE. It's not that hard of a concept. You know who doesn't do political content?
She didn't say fuck ICE. She didn't say it fast enough. She's a racist.
She didn't say it fast enough. She didn't say it at all. What?
This is Chud. Can we all dogpile Emaru?
Yeah, if you're asked about the Holocaust and you're not like, yeah, the Holocaust was bad, but instead say, I don't know about the Holocaust, I don't want to talk about it, why are you asking me about the Holocaust? Then you can be criticized. That's what Emaru did.
She didn't say fuck ICE fast enough. I've been waiting jealously.
I mean, dude, also, like, the thing was viewed 42 million times. It has, like, 3,000 hearts and it has 3,000 comments. It has, like, 15,000, like, hearts on Twitter or whatever. Like, it's not just Denim saying this. Denims is by far not the biggest person criticizing Emaru for this, but she's the one that you decided to target. I wonder why.
For the moment. Fuck ICE. Say it. Say fuck ICE. Shut up. Grow up. Who gives a fuck if Emaru said fuck ICE? How does that material affect anything?
Wait, Ethan asked Pearl to say that slavery was wrong, and she didn't say it? Oh my god. I can't believe it. Yeah, but he couldn't have gotten mad at her about that, right?
You think the people executed in the street are going to feel better because Emaru said fuck ICE? If it's not important. Like, if you actually are the activist you care about, you'd be talking about something important than crying about Emaru not saying fuck ICE soon enough.
Like, I love this argument from Ethan because he spent the last 2 years crying about people being too mean to Israel, and he's like, this is really important to me, and I feel like it's a duty to speak up against the anti-Semitism that I see when people say fuck Israel and fuck Zionists. Like, he says that's anti-Semitism, right? But it's really just anti-Zionism. So Ethan has spent the last 2 years being like, I need to be a brave warrior of the sea to stand up against anti-Semitism. And then he's just like, oh, well, why are you mad that other people aren't, like, using their platforms to fight against bigotry? Really? You tanked your entire fucking relationship with iDubbbz because he didn't, like, unfollow a Twitter user that was tweeting at you? You tanked your entire relationship and you went on a massive tirade against him on your show because he didn't unfollow someone that was posting on Twitter at you. Like, and now you're gonna play the why does it matter if someone uses their platform to fight against bigotry card?
The hell is wrong with you?
They also call her a pick-me because she's well-liked and has friends.
So jealous.
Looks cute.
So jealous.
Yes, Hila. They call Emiru a pick-me because she's cute. That's why.
So jealous. Doesn't look like a ventriloquist dummy. At least not one I've seen before. That's not even necessarily a compliment. It's just a statement of fact. You know?
Cutie Cinderella.
What about Cutie Cinderella?
Oh, gross, dude. He's like, Emiru doesn't look like a doll. Well, that's not necessarily a compliment. I mean, there are, like, Denims looks fucking hot, but she's like a doll. Like, you're like, it could be a compliment when I say you look like a doll, because there's some good-looking dolls out there.
You know who doesn't do political content? Cutie Cinderella. Cutie Cinderella literally never does political content.
Dude, let me guess. She said fuck ice.
Even she's capable of saying fuck ice.
Yo, okay, guys, people on the street, everybody stand down. Cutie Cinderella said fuck ice. We're done. Victory. Shut up, bro. Talk about something important. The fact that you're spending even a moment of your stream talking about how Emiru didn't say fuck ice fast enough proves what a
I mean, dude, Ethan, why you can't make this shit up, man? You're criticizing Denims for criticizing Emiru for not criticizing the Trump administration. Like, you can't simultaneously say, oh, talk about something important while you're talking about Denims criticizing Emiru. Like, what are we doing here, man? I at least acknowledge that I could be talking about other things, but I'm talking about you because the effective output of people's platforms matter. It can change people's minds. You know this. But like, for this weird argument that he's found himself in, he now has to play the role of being ignorant to the fact that platforms actually change people's minds. Like, oh, your content creator casually being anti-ICE can make you feel seen, it can make you feel more secure, and it can change people's minds, potentially, right? But he has to play stupid to that fact for a ridiculous reason, just so he can attack Denims for it. Even though he spent the last 2 years of his fucking professional life saying just that, saying that, yeah, actually output matters. Hassan is anti-Semitic because of the output of his content. I'm being anti-Semitic because of the output of my content. And now you can't have just throw away those last 2 years and be like, actually, output is completely irrelevant. He's saying output is completely irrelevant while at the same time saying that Denims needs to talk about something more important than output. Because, like, assumably output is relevant for Denims, but it's not relevant for Emiru. And I guess it's also not relevant for him anymore.
Disingenuous, faux activist loser you are that only cares about views and outrage just to farm.
I also love how it's like what Denims has said about Emiru could be summed up in like a 5-minute long segment of her stream, and Ethan's like, she only talks about Emiru and drama. It's like she reacted to one tweet from Emiru and then spent like 30 seconds talking about it more.
Fucking money and views and attention. That's it. How about talking about ICE? You know what's worse than ICE? Emiru.
Yeah, because Denim's talking for 5 minutes about Emiru means that she hasn't talked about ICE at all. She's never talked about ICE on her stream.
We got to do something about her. What a fucking phony baloney, dude.
What about Cinna? You don't have to be a political creator to recognize that it's not hard to say fuck ICE.
Say fuck ICE. Say those words like that. Fuck ICE. She said it. She said the words. Oh, she said fuck ICE. All right, guys. Everybody clear out. Emiru said fuck ICE.
No, but it never ends with that. It's like once you say the 2 words they want, it's like, oh, but you didn't say enough.
No, but they would say, well, the first thing they say is performative.
You didn't mean it.
Performative. That's what they say about me.
Like,
I love how Denims just gave 2 examples of someone who, 2 examples of people that only said fuck ICE and then didn't talk about it for the other portions of their content because they're apolitical largely, like Cutie Cinderella and the other person that Denim's listed. And then Hila's like, yeah, but it's not enough. Well, she 5 seconds, literally like 5 seconds ago, she just gave an example where it was enough to say fuck ICE. So I don't know, man. You live in a different reality from the ones you are presenting to me. You just selected these clips. You played the clips for people. You're creating a reality. You're creating your audience's view of the world, and you're just incapable of sticking to that basic reality that you're presenting to the audience. Like, I don't know, man. What are you trying to say? Because it doesn't comport with reality right now.
Yeah, it's
you just lie about being.
It's everything that we've experienced.
Yeah. They say, "Are you against the genocide?" I go, "Yes." Oh well, good thing you're. Shame that you're lying about being against the genocide. So why'd you even ask me? Fuck ICE.
Also, like, yes, when Ethan says he's against the genocide and then spends the 90% of his other content being pro-genocide and victim blaming Palestinians for being genocided, that doesn't actually go against what Denim said, because Denim said Cutie Cinderella is an apolitical streamer, but she said fuck ICE. So if the only politics that you're presenting are anti-genocide, or the only politics you're presenting are anti-ICE, but the rest of your content is apolitical, you're good. If you say fuck ICE or you say I'm anti-genocide, but then spend the other 90% of your content talking about how you're pro-ICE or how you're pro-genocide, you're not good. Do you see a difference there? You fucking minuscule brain bastard. Like, what are we talking about?
Fuck ICE.
Oh God. Guys, I don't think I can watch Ethan Klein be sexually obsessed with denims anymore. We've got to skip to Casey Tron. My favorite transformer.
Casey
Tron.
We're gonna flank her with the other side of the internet.
Casey Tron, friend of the show and my favorite benefactor. She's my favorite patron. Isn't it nice getting a check every month from my favorite patron? So, friend of the show, Casey Tron, everybody. And she has a take about Emiru. I'm surprised she's still running her mouth. I recall her apologizing to Asmongold, who she despises.
Yeah.
That was pretty humiliating. I'm surprised she's still running her mouth.
Yeah, Ethan Klein. I'm not friends with Asmongold. Has his lawyer write into the apology he's forcing Casey Tron to do an apology for Asmongold.
What the fuck is on screen, by the way?
Okay, just play the fucking clip. God
Ryan
damn.
Has its eyes on. Don't.
Doesn't look like.
Those are the
Nazi because she didn't say.
Like wearing a cowboy hat, because that's whenever she started going like full Nazi, basically.
She says she's going full Nazi. She says she's gone full Nazi because she didn't say.
Because she's wearing a cowboy hat.
By the way, there's a funny detail.
First of all,
she's wearing a cowboy hat because she's cosplaying because she's playing Red Dead Redemption. She's not even like, I'm a cowboy hat girl.
Great explanation.
She's playing a cowboy game.
Also, cowboy hats just look good.
Yeah. Hila is a resident fashion expert in here. Also, cowboy hats just look good. Yeah, no, that's not true. That's not true, Hila. No. But I mean, the fashion on this show, the set design, the fashion they wear, like, it's so bad. You can just take anything they say about like interior decorating or fashion and just do the opposite of that.
In like these Austin, Texas streamers.
You know what happens on the first of the month? It's the first of the month, so get up, get up. I get those Casey Tron cha-chings. Wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month, so get up. Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah.
That's all I think when I see Casey Tron. I hear cha-ching. It's the first of the month, so get up, get up. I love her. She's actually my biggest patron. We have a lot of people who support the show. We do. But she's by far the most prolific of them, so far anyway.
Girls start wearing cowboy hats. That's whenever you got to watch out. They're about to start saying some really crazy shit, or maybe nothing at all. She's like basically like,
pick a lane.
This is what I love. It's like you either say crazy shit or nothing at all,
pick a
and
lane.
apparently it's the same nowadays.
She did say nothing at all.
Apparently that's just as bad as saying some Nazi shit.
God, you guys are so pathetic. How are you gonna call her just going full Nazi? Like, grow up. There are actual Nazis. Let's, you know what I mean? Come on.
she is. She's like a pick-me for like incel freaks.
Whatever you
Like
say.
whenever like a bunch of like
More jealous. More jealousy.
I'm
more jealous.
Right, incel freaks start being like, oh, you're one of the good girls. You know, like, oh, you're one
said
of the
that?
good ones. You're not like you know.
Like,
that
you're not a pick me, please. I seen that picture of you blazing with Mike from PA. Actually, that's very unpick me. That's just very.
Hey, that's my boy.
No, I'm just saying that picture is a disaster. Pull that up. It's so bad. Mike from PA said we photoshopped it, and then people were like, "This is the literal screenshot from the video." Like, you've never seen two.
God damn, bro. Ethan looks so bad here. Like, it looks very unhealthy. Okay. I'm gonna pull up a picture of Mike from PA and Casey Tron. Okay. I guess let's just bask in the hideousness of his content.
I pulled this up.
This is my background once. I thought it was
All right,
real.
this is the photoshopped one. There is a real one. But the thing is,
Okay. I don't even know what to say. He's like, we put this picture up and they said that we photoshopped it, but it's literally just a screenshot. And then he pulls up the photoshopped picture of it. Like, dude. Oh my god. It's not even that he's making fun of these people because they're fat. He's making up a fat image of them and then making fun of them for that. Like, dude, what? I don't know, man. Like, I just don't exist in the same mental space as Ethan, where it's like, I'm gonna make fun of someone. I'm gonna like get 10 people surrounding me and I'm gonna bully them online, and I'm going to like make up shit to bully them about. Like the fucking bad empanada thing, just completely ignoring Denims for her point. Like, it's just clear to me that he doesn't actually give a fuck about being truthful about anything. You see it in every aspect of his show, from the fucking AI generated.
The real one isn't.
The AI generated thumbnails where he like cleans his face up with AI, to where he's using AI to like make fun of Casey Tron. He just ignores what Denim says and then says she's jealous that she wasn't sexually assaulted and got a ton of attention because of it. Like, he has no interest in selling his audience an accurate depiction of reality. Instead, like, it's very cult mentality, right? Just using lies to defame his opponents, using lies to make himself appear better looking, more intelligent. It reminds me a lot of like what pastors will do, where they just like say stupid shit that makes no sense in reality, but it sounds good or whatever. Yeah, very, very cult-like, and that's the point of this show. Like, you develop a cult following, you make people think that they're part of some kind of family. I mean, it's embarrassing. You go to the subreddit, like every week there's another post of like an older picture of all of the crew members, and they're like, I just miss my old friends. Like, this is a cult that he's developed, and he is a cult leader. So guys, I think that's it for me now. Let's end with some Zoran to end on a positive note.
Take as long as 2 years. Not 2 years to lay the foundation and stand up the girders. Not 2 years to put in the drywall and set up electricity. Not 2 years to make sure the plumbing works and elevators are running. 2 years just to get through the environmental review on the project. After that, you don't even get to start building. That's just when the actual approval process can begin. What this will do is cut that 2-year process by 75% and get through the review in 6 months.
Let's fucking go.
The positive impact of this reform will be enormous. When we build more, not only can more people contribute to our city, the rising cost of rent will also slow down. When that happens, a decent life in New York City no longer feels out of reach for so many working people. That means fewer nights spent around the dining table after the sun is set trying to balance the bills. Fewer ends that New Yorkers have to make meet, fewer moments of stress and anguish as the first of the month gets closer and closer. We'll feel the ripple effects of what we are achieving today when New Yorkers have more money in their pockets and less anxiety on their mind.
Yep. We're going to end this on a pro-YIMBY note. Yes, in my backyard, build a fuck ton of more buildings. And I know that there's a lot of concern about, Mayor Zoran endorsed Kathy Hochul. I mean, bro, if she's going to help him build more fucking housing in New York, let's go, because that's just a positive thing. So anyway, thank you everyone for hanging out with me this afternoon. I hope you all have a great rest of your evening, and I'll get online more often. I know I always say that, but I'll try more. Peace out, everyone, and look for me later. See ya.